So I'm having a problem. I make decent money at my job, but I can't seem to save. It doesn't matter if I try, separate accounts that aren't connected to my checking account.
Mm-hmm.
And I just cannot seem to save money to have an emergency fund, to pay off debts.
What happens? You transfer it over there, and then you end up just peeping back in there and sneaking the money out?
Yeah, I just keep dipping into it, whether it's for something important or just something that I want that's not important. I just can't seem to, connect the dots between saving and not using it. And
all right, Leo. So I got a question. I'm asking this on behalf of my friend here. If we were following you around with a documentary crew for a week, what would be the top items that you're spending, the type of things you're blowing money on, you're spending the money on? If we're following you around, we'd go, oh, Leo, he's spending money on this. Give us a top 5, just off the top of your head.
Oh, it's gas station, energy drinks, hunting supplies, things that I don't need.
All right, okay. That was good. That's a good list. Anything else?
Not really. When I was younger, it was before I had kids and real responsibilities. It was I'll make more money tomorrow, and I've kind of carried that over now, and I can't seem to get away from that.
Trying to out-earn bad spending habits.
I got to ask another follow-up, Leo. If I'm following you, all right, and we're in the gas station parking lot, and we're zooming in on the doors, and you're busting out of that thing, what do you got in the arms? What do you got in the old bag at the gas station? I'm curious.
Oh, I already know.
Usually it's 2 to 3 energy drinks. Maybe a snack for work and a can of tobacco.
Dip, corn nuts, Mountain Dew, right in it.
Oh, man, that's disgusting. Say it's not true, Leo.
Oh, it be so.
Oh, it is. Unfortunately.
I got to tell you, if I was on a desert island and the only thing I had was a bag of corn nuts,
listen, corn nuts
I'd starve.
slap.
I'd starve. I really would. I'd die.
They're actually delicious.
So let's
they
help
smell
the
terrible.
man out with his budget, Jade.
Okay, so I think I heard you say you had kids. Is that right?
Yes, I have 4.
How many? 4? Okay, and you're married still?
I'm not.
You're not. Okay.
We are dating. We are together. We live in the same house, but we have not gotten married yet.
Okay, so you have a woman that you're soon to marry. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so let's talk about the money first, and then we'll go back to the relationship, because we're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
4 kids.
Okay, so first off, what you really need, I think the solution here is a good detailed budget. I always say that budgets should be 3 things: detailed, realistic, and flexible. And that will really help you out, because I think what's happening, like you said, you're kind of spending the money before you get it. And it's like, I can out earn this. And if you don't, then you end up having to pull back out that savings. So we'll make sure that you get set up with every dollar. And what I want you to do, I want you to sit down and create your budget. And I want you to be so detailed about all the things that you spend money on, even the energy drinks. If you know that's something that's part of your life right now as it sits, put it on the budget. If you know, hey, like I buy a hunting knife at least once a month, put it on the budget. Like, be realistic and honest with who you are in your spending so that you can begin to see, okay, I see what's going on here, right? So that's a good place to start. And then obviously, the same way that you're budgeting for all the other things, you budget for things like savings, and you can actually see, do I have money to put aside in savings? Can I live the lifestyle I'm living and still have money to put aside in savings? Right now, it seems as though the answer is no, but when you do the budget, you're really going to get a clear picture of what's going on. So that's thing 1. Thing 2, I haven't even asked you about debt yet. Do you have any debt?
We have two vehicles that I pay for, and I have maybe $2,000 of credit cards that I'm slowly working on paying off. Okay,
so putting everything into perspective, right now, if you do find extra money in your budget after you've budgeted for everything, right now the money wouldn't necessarily go towards savings. You'd save up $1,000 and that's it. If you can get $1,000 and just set it aside, tuck it aside for a rainy day, that's great. Everything else needs to go towards paying off this debt. Okay. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room with the relationship, because
I don't know why Mama's not paying for her car. I don't understand it. I don't get it.
Well, I don't understand why Mama's not married.
That don't go to school.
Well, I'm with you on that. I'm as traditional as they get.
Why aren't you guys just married yet?
And it's 100% my fault. I I want to give her everything that I possibly can, wedding-wise. Like, I want it to be the wedding of her dreams.
Yeah.
And with the money situation, I am not to that point where I'm comfortable spending that money on something like that.
I hear that.
So it's me holding back. She's pushing for it, which I have no problem doing it, but I want it to be everything she wants. I don't want her to have to hold back on something.
Listen,
because we don't have the money for it.
I 100% honor the idea that you want to give her a wonderful wedding party. But I want you guys to frame that as that's what it is. It's a celebration. It's a party. You can get married legally and don't nobody have to know but you guys. And then you're at least protected legally. Huh?
She's been looking into that through the courthouse and things like that.
How about this? How about you guys just get married and then you can throw a celebration years from now, or you can rededicate your vows and she can put on the dress. I mean,
spoiler alert, everybody is married before their wedding day. Everyone. The moment you get the document.
Oh.
The moment you go and sign the document.
You had me there for a second. I was like,
So the idea that it's like, no, I want to wait until the day. I'm like, we all get married on paper a week or so before we're actually married.
That's right.
So it's not even like, we make it more of a thing than it is. So I think for you guys, it's like, get married on paper. That way you can do all the things we just talked about with your wife.
Yeah.
That sounds nice, doesn't it?
Okay. It does.
It does sound nice.
Yeah.
And then you guys can save up for this wonderful party. Right. You can do all of it.
How much do you think you're spending a month in energy drinks, bro?
Oh,
got a plan here.
It's usually about $10 a day.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to do 30 days in a month.
Uh-huh.
All right. That's $300.
Ooh,
okay.
My guy is Ric Flair on those energy drinks.
I'm telling you, man, you need to get rid of the energy drinks. That's a $300 a month raise. Do some push-ups, some pull-ups. All right? Get some good night's sleep. You won't need an energy drink. I don't need an energy drink. I wake up with the juice, man. Okay? I'm just telling you.
Ken. I drink a little bit of coffee.
But that's like 2 cups max.
That's a lot of coffee.
Energy drinks, 2 cups?
All right.
Not energy drinks. Those are horrible.
Those are the Tory.
But I'm not getting on your health. I'm actually saying $300 a month. I wanted you to see quickly how you just changed your life.
That's a big deal.
That's a big raise for you. True or false?
True.
You can get rid of the energy drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me started on the tobacco.
I'm slowing down on that.
Good.
I know.
You got 4
very
kids.
much so.
And that's why I didn't bring it up. I am trying to actually be sensitive. I get that one's harder to kick than the energy drinks.
If you do this budget, I think you're going to be astonished. And especially when you share it with your new wife, since you guys are getting married this weekend, I think you're both going to be astonished. And there's something about seeing your behavior on paper written out that you go, oh, like you clutch your pearls. You're like, I can't believe I've been spending my hard-earned money on this when I could have this.
That's right.
And so what you could have is what you and your wife, when the time comes, you need to be dreaming that up together.
You're giving all this great financial advice. I'm trying to help him, but in a different category.
Yeah.
You're my friend. You are Mrs. Clean Eater.
Give
him some. No, you do a great job.
Thank you.
Give him a healthy snack instead of the chips at the gas station. What's he taking to the office for a snack? Come on.
Ken, I'm glad you asked this. Let me tell you what I'm on right now.
I knew you would like it.
I take a Granny Smith apple. And
I love a Granny Smith. Sour.
I slice it up,
Yeah.
So we got slices. Then I get a little
Tell me it's peanut butter.
jar of peanut butter. It's not just that.
We are separated at birth.
Then
I know
have
we look
another
like it.
Wait, I'm getting more. Hemp seeds. So I go apple into the peanut butter, into the hemp seeds, salted caramel.
I don't know if I need to be
just
that chilled out
a
at
little
work.
bit of salted caramel. It is so good.
Is the hemp seed going to knock his intensity off?
No, hemp seeds they're a complete protein. They're really high in protein. They're delicious.
I'm learning something new every day. There it is, Leo. There's your healthy snack, man. We just saved you more money.
Yeah, man.
No more
Put it in the
corn
cup
nuts.
holder.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life. Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Alex is up in San Antonio, Texas. Alex, how can we help?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. I owe my sister $20,000 that I would like to pay her back. She loaned me this money earlier in the year, and we invested the money. It didn't pan out, so I was calling for your opinion on getting a loan, and if so, which would be the best type of loan.
Okay, hold on a second. So you got your sister to give you $20,000 for some type of business investment.
What was the investment?
Yeah, what was it?
It was property, but it's out of the country. It's in Peru.
Okay.
So it got a little dicey, and it hasn't panned out.
What does that mean?
I would like to pay her the money.
What I know, but what does that mean? It didn't pan out.
Well, we've run into some obstacles, legal obstacles. Evidently, the people that we were dealing with weren't entirely honest with us.
So the money's gone, and you have no recourse.
Right.
How's your sister taking it?
Well, she's been pretty patient with me. She's not harassing me at all, or keep reminding me.
When were you
in any way?
When were you supposed to pay her back? Like, tell me the initial plan, because I'm trying to gauge what your timeline is here.
We were supposed to pay her within a couple of months. It's been almost a year, and it's gone out. It's gone just a little bit longer than I would want it to.
Got it.
And
okay.
Well, you're broke. You're broke, and you're thinking now, I got to get this monkey off my back with my sister, so I'm going to go get a loan, and I'm then going to just pay the bank back. And I just think that's ridiculous. I'd rather you be spending all of your time and effort just paying your sister back. You don't need to go to a bank or a credit union or some private loan shark type situation where they're going to charge you enormous interest rates. Just start paying her back. Could you pay her $1,000 a month? What would need to be true for you to pay her $1,000 a month or $2,000 a month? Could that happen?
Yes, I could pay her $1,000, possibly $2,000 if we really discipline ourselves.
Then start doing it. This is your sister, man. She loaned you the money. Man up. Well, start paying it back.
What was that?
She's been patient enough with me, and I would prefer to just pay her because I see
you can't pay her $20,000. So pay her what you can.
Because here's what can happen. Here, I want to lay out two sides of this. Unless you tricked her, right? When you said, "Hey sis, let me borrow $20,000. I have this real estate thing that I want to invest in." When you say the word invest, any person knows, okay, there's a chance I could make money, and then there's a chance I can lose money. So I'm guessing she knew going in there was a chance that you would lose this money. And if that was the case, she wouldn't get her return back as quick, or she wouldn't at least get the money that she invested back as quickly. So
go ahead.
So there is part of that. There is part of that that's true. You both agreed on this thing. I think it was a terrible agreement, but you both agreed to it. So there is part of that where it's like, okay, like you said you were investing in this. It didn't pan out, so it's going to take a minute to get the money back. I'm afraid of you getting a loan because I think if you get a loan, it's going to cause you to move slower on this than you need to, because as Ken said, the monkey's off your back. Now you can just be willy-nilly with it. When it's your sister, you're going to, move... I don't know if I can say you can move hell and earth to get this money, right? And so I want that kind of intensity for you to pay her back, because you don't like this. And I like that you don't like it, because that's what's going to make you move. And you need to move, my brother.
And let me tell you something. If you go get a loan, that interest payment is going to be more punishment for something that you already did that was dumb. Don't multiply dumb. Learn from the stupid mistakes. We've all done them. Move forward. Start paying her what you can each month. You'll get through this.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.
Well, let's go to Frank.
All
He's
right.
been waiting in Phoenix patiently. Frank, welcome to the show. Frank,
are you there?
Oh, hey, thanks for taking my call, guys. Sorry about my phone. I'm doing a Dave Ramsey's thing of driving a beater car, applying it to a smartphone, so it's not very good.
You got the beater smartphone.
You got a beater smartphone.
What I got. It's what I got.
You sound
anyway,
fantastic.
Well, thank you. I'm in a quandary, and I want your advice on this. I'm 58 years old, never financed anything in my life. I've got a pretty good job here, and the car that I had 8 months ago started breaking down. I mean, every week was another $1,000, getting to the point my dependability at work was in question. So I ended up going to a dealership and getting into the most horrible deal. I had no idea. What I understood is that I was buying a $15,000 car at 24% interest for $19,800, I agreed to that. They said I can make payments early to pay off the principal, and I just work like a gazelle, right, and pay it off. Well, that's not the case. It turns out I called the finance company about 3 days after taking possession of the car, and it said, "No, Mr. Reynolds," I said, "Frank, you owe $30,000, not $19,000." And I'm like, "Wait a minute, I didn't agree to this." Well, here's where we're at. So for 7 months, I've been making payments every month, never been late. The total hasn't come down at all, and I'm going nowhere and killing myself on this. The warranty expired. You know, the dealer's 7-year, 100,000, that's gone because of the year. Now, my father has offered to loan me $20,000 for the buyout price of 19.8 or whatever it is, and he's probably going to charge me 6% simple interest. And well, that would mean that I'm going to end up paying 27. Oh, when I blue booked the car, it came up to $10,000, not the 15 that they claimed. So I would end up paying $27,000 on a $10,000 car without a warranty. Now, what I'm thinking is offering them $13,000, tell them to apply the $7 I've already spent and see if they'll take it. If not, give them the car back.
I don't know if any of it works like that, Frank. What in tarnation? Did you make a deal with the devil? What dealership was this? I might call about myself.
They are the spawn of Satan. They really are. This is the thing is, a week later when I talked to him, the guy even told me he knew I didn't know what I was doing. And I'm like,
dude, you got raked over the coals. How do you even get a car loan for 24% interest?
Well,
how is that legal?
I've never borrowed. Well, I had a roommate that was an attorney once, and there's 3 parts to a contract, and one is what a reasonable person would expect from a deal, and the meeting of the minds. We've got neither one of them.
Oh, boy.
But here's what I'm looking at.
What's your income, Frank? How do we get out of this mess?
I signed it. You know, it's not a bad car. Don't get me wrong.
Well, Frank, okay.
But,
Frank, we got to start breaking this thing down. Okay.
Sure.
What is your income, George asked you?
It depends. I'm hourly and depending. Like this year, we've been rained out a lot. Look at about 55.
What do you do?
Oh, this must be the day of the trucker because I, too, am a local trucker.
Okay.
All right.
Local trucker, hourly wage, and you're making about $55,000 a year.
That's right.
Do you have any other debt?
There's, depending on what the IRS, I may owe them about $4,000, but that may be absorbed through this last tax season. I've got to look how that.
So you may owe some IRS back taxes?
Well, yeah, it's been from 2019, but they only claimed one dependent this year myself, so I should have a refund that will go to that debt.
Okay.
So that might be wiped out.
Other than that, you have no debt. No credit card debt, no personal loans out there, just this car.
I have a credit card, but that's only for emergencies.
Cut it out,
and
Frank.
It's a zero balance on it.
There is no emergency where your money isn't good. And so the goal is for you to cover it.
To get me to work.
Because you know what's going to happen?
To
You're going to get charged 24% interest from the credit card company as soon as you don't play their game perfectly.
Oh, I don't use their... honestly, I'm 57. I've never used credit in my life.
Then cut it up.
I don't use that card.
You haven't needed it for 58 years. You don't need it now.
All right, we got to get rid of this car.
Yeah,
so what is the car worth?
I want out of this
Have
car.
you done good homework on what the car is actually worth today?
10.5.
And you owe what? There were so many numbers flying around. What do you owe?
What is your actual loan currently?
19.8 or 19.6 would be the buyout.
Okay. So this car you are underwater on by a degree of about $9,000.
Right.
Right?
That's right.
Okay. How much money do you have in the bank?
Maybe the $1,000 emergency after the first, with this round of rent, utilities, and all that.
Are you single?
Car payment. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Where is all of your money going? You make $55K. You've got the $1,000 emergency fund. Where's your monthly income going outside of the car payment?
Oh, honestly, I am a zealous listener of your program. In fact, just read the book Total Money Makeover. A lot of it went to repairs in the previous car. You add in rent of, well, it's $1,250 a month.
Frank, do you think you could go to a credit union today and get a $9,000 loan?
I don't think so. I've never applied for a loan.
Okay. Here's the way out of this, Frank.
I
I'm not going to go into debt with Dad at 6% and move this money around. Here's the best plan. You need to save up and get a beater car. You need to borrow one from a friend. If you've got a local church community, see how cheaply you can get a reliable car and save up that amount.
I own a car outright. Okay.
You have another car?
I paid.
What's that car doing? Where is that car?
Whole reason I got into this is because
Frank, where's the other car?
Sir, let me explain.
We got 30 seconds. We got a commercial we got to get to.
I got you.
Use the other car. Sell the car today.
It's not dependable.
It doesn't matter.
It's not dependable.
Well, sell that one and get something that is dependable. But going $30,000 into debt at 24% interest is not the path out of this thing. So you need to go to the credit union, get the difference you need to pay that loan off, to sell the car, and drive that beater until you're out of this mess. Woo! That was an entertaining doozy, Ken. Love talking to Frank, but man, I need a break.
I'll get you some Tums.
Brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
What's going on, Maria?
Hi, thanks for taking my call. So I purchased a home from a meth addict, and I'm now $33,000 in debt because I had to do remediations on the home after I closed, and I'm just curious how I should best pay this off and salvage my credit. I did receive a settlement from the owner after discovering this problem, but I still have probably $80,000 in repairs to make to the home. And so I'm just curious how I can pay it down and salvage my credit.
So how much total debt do you have outside of a mortgage?
The $33,000. I don't have any other debt outside of my mortgage.
How many cards is that across?
Across 3 cards.
How much money are you bringing in every month?
I'm bringing in about probably $5,500.
$5,500, and then what portion of that is your mortgage payment?
$2,800.
Yipes! All right, we got troubles. So, tell me a little bit more about this. Did you call it a remediation?
Yeah, so they had to rip out the kitchen, all the doors, all the lighting, anything porous, anything wood. Mm-hmm. So I basically bought the home, and then they stripped it. I found out 2 days after closing that
Did none of this come up in the inspection?
Drug problem.
That's my question.
No. Yeah, none of it came up in the inspection.
So how did it come up?
I received a police report that I had requested 2 days after closing. I had received every other police report, and they had some police activity at this property because I did my due diligence and I looked through it.
Uh-huh.
But I didn't receive the one report that had the previous owner handing over the meth to the police at her home saying she had a problem until 2 days after closing. I don't know what happened to that one report that held it up, but every other report was about a dog or about...
so she was cooking meth in the house?
No, not cooking, just doing meth. Even at that level, you still have to remediate.
Oh, my goodness. And you said there's still $80,000 of repairs. Is this related to that? Or this is just other repairs that you were planning on doing?
Related. They stripped the home after I purchased it. And so I couldn't really go back and I couldn't undo the loan. Essentially, I sued her and I got, thankfully I got about $60,000 back. But still, there's
what happened
to that? Yeah, what happened to that $60,000?
So I have that, and that's my question is, how do I pay down, do I pay it all in one lump sum? Because I'm just worried that if I pay off my debt in one lump sum, it's going to crash my credit more.
I would not be concerned with your credit right now.
Me neither.
You got bigger problems and bigger fish to fry. I would knock out all the credit card debt today. The rest becomes your emergency fund, and then we cash flow the rest of the repairs.
Okay. And so just make the rest of the repairs as
on
leave-
cash.
As
get
you're able
cash
to.
in on cash.
Yeah.
Okay.
But leave 3 to
So
6
don't-
months of expenses in there for actual emergencies, which is not known repairs.
Okay.
Because we
And
want
so
to
it's not
avoid you
gonna
going
tank my
further into
credit?
debt. I don't know why
Yeah.
you're concerned about the credit at this point. You're not going to go take out more debt, are you?
No, but it just.
You've got you've got a home. You're going to make a mortgage payment every single month. You're going to be just fine.
The credit score will settle itself.
Yeah. And you're not planning on
Okay.
taking out more credit. So,
No. Okay. You're right.
That's the
Yeah.
only point of having a good credit score is so that you can access more debt.
Yeah. Well, I do want to. I was planning to start like buying other homes, and
No.
in about 2
We're
years.
done buying
but-
homes right now. We need to focus on our problems today, and we can become real estate moguls down the line when you have a paid-for property and money in the bank to pay cash.
well, here's the thing, Maria. We're not, and hear us when we say we're not, we're not intentionally trying to tank your credit. However, George and I both know that when you set down the path of paying off debt, you're also simultaneously saying, not only am I paying off this debt, but I'm not going to borrow money in the future. Otherwise, what's the point of paying off debt? Just so you can get more and pay it off again? That doesn't really make sense. So there's kind of this assumption that if you're paying off your debt, if you're working this hard to do that, if you're taking this lump sum and you're being diligent in that way, you kind of have to think about the future and go, okay, well, if I've done all this work, then in the future, I'm going to pay cash the same way you're going to pay cash for these other remediations that have to take place. In the same way, in the future, if you do choose to buy real estate, you'll save up and pay cash for it. Even though that sounds like a mountain load of cash, it's just good to kind of draw that line in the sand.
Okay. Well, great. Then that makes my solution easy. Just pay down and work with the remaining cash.
Well,
Okay,
I'm
that
equally
really
as
go on.
worried, Maria, about this mortgage. It is 51% of your take-home pay.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I have 2 roommates.
Okay.
So I'm not paying it all myself. No.
But go ahead, George.
Well, there's a lot going on here now with the roommate situation.
Yeah, are
and
they
making these
chipping in?
repairs.
Yeah, I want to know. Can we have some clarity? So you own the house. Are they chipping in at all for any of the repairs? Tell us
You're the
more.
landlord, so it's on you.
Oh, I guess
legally.
that's true.
But are you increasing the rent to help cover some of this, or what's the deal there?
No, rent is staying the same with them. They are helping with the repairs, like by, helping come in and actually do the repairs. So their time, they're paying me with their time.
Right. And that's fine.
And so that's been helpful. And then also my mortgage lender offered 2 years free refinancing. So hopefully if all goes well, not predicting the future, but if all goes well, I'll be able to refinance.
So if the rates drop, they're saying we're not going to charge you to refinance.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Okay.
The only thing that makes
And I
me
could
worried
be
about this
down in-
situation is when people own homes, but they can't afford the rent on their own, so they have roommates. I always like a situation where you can float the rent on your own and you can do the mortgage on your own. You don't need the roommates for it to, in order for it to not be dangerous for you. And I don't like the fact that this would be dangerous for you if something happened with the roommates. That's my only red flag on this.
Well, I can definitely float the rent myself. So what I told you, the mortgage, I guess I should clarify, that also includes utilities, insurance, all of the things bundled. I have no car debt. I have no other debt.
Okay.
My monthly expenses include my cell phone, and that's more or less it outside of food. So
Okay.
I can definitely float the rent on my own.
Well, I'd focus on just knocking out this credit card debt today. Cut up the cards. Don't look back. Use the rest of the emergency fund and cash flow the rest of these repairs. Do not go into debt ever again. And I'm sorry you're going through this.
That's crazy.
Goodness gracious. These
That's
inspectors.
crazy.
Should I just go become an inspector and be like, looks good, guys?
I don't understand how that was
crazy.
missed. Wow. Whew.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life. Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
My car, I was in a shopping mall, and I'm unstable off my bipolar. I was unstable off my bipolar disorder medication. I broke into my own car. My car was towed to the tow facility. The tow facility auctioned it off because I was in jail. So when the police came, I got scared and I ran. Was in jail for about 83 days. And while I was in jail, the tow company sold the car for $21,000. It was worth $41,000. I shouldn't have bought the car to begin with. They shouldn't have sold the car to begin with, at Honda Acura. And they ended up selling the car at the tow company in an auction, and then got about $21,000 for it. And there's a balance of $20,945. And then Honda Acura sold the debt to a creditor. And I was just wondering if I should pay the creditor or just there's a repossession on the record already, so I'm not sure what to do.
Wow. Okay, well, I need to help you reframe your story, okay? The tow company didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, they didn't.
They sold a car that had been sitting on their lot for 83 days in order to cover the tow bill and the storage bill. And so Honda, you owed Honda $41,000?
Yeah, I bought the car, and I guess it's a matter if I say it's not. I was unstable when I bought the car. They said I was a truck driver or something like that when I was an Uber driver to get the loan. I signed off the car because I was unstable. Sold me the car for $41,000. Couldn't afford a $900 a month payment.
Okay, but I'm trying to just get the hold on. I'm just trying to get the numbers straight, honey. So you have $41,000 owed on the car. The tow company sold it for $21,000. How did they give clear title to it if the loan hadn't been paid off? That's interesting.
I'm not sure.
I don't know how Florida law works. I can't imagine that if the car didn't at least pay off the lien. Well, anyway, I don't know how they got title, but that's a different issue. So, bottom line is that they put $20-something thousand towards the debt, and you still owe $20-something thousand on a car that was in a weird way sort of repoed, right?
Yeah, they did this. They just sent me a letter saying I could settle for $8,300.
There you go.
Payments of $5,200.
There you go. Do you have any money?
I don't have any money till November. I have a settlement check coming in for $5,700 in November. I could probably settle with them then.
Okay.
I should do that?
Yeah, you're going to have to clear the debt. It is a valid debt, and typically a repo debt you can clear for somewhere around a quarter on the dollar. And so the $20,000 balance, you probably can clear it for around $5,000. $8,000 was their first offer. You could probably get them down to $5,000, but you don't have $5,000 today, so you can't really make them a counter offer today. What you could do is just ignore them and let them get a little bit more sweaty before you have to deal with them. That's not a bad thing. Eventually, they're going to get around to suing you for that. Are you working?
For the first time in my life, I'm not working now. I 6 months out of work. I went off my psychiatric drugs right before I sold my condo 4 years ago, and I came into $72,000 and went through 4 years of hell until I finally realized in the last 3 weeks, I'm fresh out of the hospital 2 weeks ago. That
so you're out of the hospital 2 weeks ago now?
Pretty much, yeah.
Are you stable? Are you back on the meds?
Yeah, I'm back on the meds now. I take lithium and one other drug, but I'm a little shaky right now, but I'm stable. So working through things. But yeah, I at 14 years old, I started a vending company, had that for 10 years, and then worked in pizza delivery for about another 10 years or so. So it's been a rough ride. I believe I saw Jesus Christ in the hospital in Tampa after I was going 45, 55 miles an hour. I fell asleep at the wheel. I prayed to God in Jesus' name to stop my car in the middle of traffic. I prayed to him to help me. And I was going 45, 55 miles an hour in Sarasota. He stopped my car in the middle of traffic. I had cars in front of me, cars beside of me. He had a scratch on my body, nowhere I'd been deployed. Yeah. And only $700 some dollars in Tampa Hospital.
Colin, the first thing before we worry about healing your numbers, healing your math and your finances, is for Colin to get healing. Okay?
Yeah.
And so whatever work you just did at the hospital and whatever work you've got to do to finish stabilizing your meds to get there, that keeps you, if you can get there and stay there, it keeps you from falling into the traps of buying things, of getting things stored, getting in jail. It keeps you out of all those traps because all those things set all your financial numbers back, hon. It makes it real tough. And so almost everything you're having to clean up is the result of you being sideways, right? And so if we can get, if we can help,
delusional.
if you can focus on Colin, focus on what your therapist is saying, get those drugs balanced, and getting them balanced is a trick. You know that. And getting them right to where you have enough energy to live, but you're also not completely freaking manic, which you sound a little bit right now like you are. But I want you to work on healing Colin, and then as you do that, you'll be able to get and hold a job of some kind to create an income, and then you can settle this repossession deficit for somewhere around 25 cents on the dollar. So $5,000 will clean this particular mess up, but you will have 7 other messes if Colin doesn't find healing.
Yeah.
And so, man, we'll be praying for you, brother. Sounds like you've really been through it. And I want you to get stable and get straight and narrow, and for your sake, and just find some peace and find some ground you can walk on that's solid.
And another tactical piece of this is adding some stop gaps in there, like freezing your credit with all the bureaus so that you can't open debt. Because right now, it could just take one little slip up and you open a new line of credit, got another loan. And like you found out, these dealerships, these lenders, they don't care. They'll do whatever it takes to get you another loan. And so put some stop gaps in place to help protect yourself. Wow. But that's scary.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life. Vincent is with us in Pensacola. Hi, Vincent. How are you?
Doing okay, Dave. I'm not going to ask you how you're doing because we all know the answer to that.
Some things are predictable. How can I help?
Just started listening to your show. I wish I would have 10 years ago. I probably wouldn't be in this mess. But currently going through a breakup, and we purchased a house together. But I'm not on the note due to a business cause bankruptcy 8 years ago. I paid half down. Paid half of the monthly note, and we shared the tax refund each year, and just kind of wanted to know what my legal rights are to the property.
A breakup. Are you getting a divorce?
No, sir.
So you were living together?
We're never married.
You were living together. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I guess you'd have to seek an attorney's advice. How much equity is there in the property?
About 150.
Wow, pretty substantial.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming she wants to stay in the property.
Yes, sir. She wants to refi, but won't qualify enough. And she says she wants to give me a partial payment of like 75% and then make payments on the balance. Mm-hmm. But with her current credit card debt and spending, I don't know. Maybe you can give me some advice on.
Yeah, last thing I want to do is be getting payments from an old girlfriend.
I know. I don't know what the legal.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the house needs to, if she can't afford to buy you out by refinancing, then we should sell the house and split the proceeds, and she goes and buys something she can afford.
I brought that up, but she wants it so bad, and that's why I don't know where I can what legal ground I have, really.
It doesn't really matter what she wants. You would have to seek an attorney's advice. My guess is that what you've done is you've formed a general partnership. In Florida law may be a little different, okay? But most places it would just be called a general partnership, and you don't have any partnership documents, meaning you have no agreement, nothing in writing regarding this partnership. You all did it on a handshake. And and so, what would happen if you went before a judge on the disillusionment of a general partnership? Generally speaking, the judge is going to say sell the assets and everybody take their part of the partnership and go their way. And so probably, I'll give you a very high probability that if you saw an attorney, the attorney would say, well, we can take her to court and make her sell it.
Right.
And so what my conversation, if you discovered that to be true by visiting him with an attorney, I'd want to know. I'd want you to know. Have legal advice from somebody other than Dave Ramsey, because I'm not a lawyer. Okay, but go get go spend a session with a lawyer and say, all right, if she won't do this, we can take her to court in civil court and make her do it, and make her sell the property. Or, we certainly would agree to refinancing and buying out half. That's fine too. But if she can't do that, then we're going to sell it. And then let's say the lawyer says that what Dave told you is right, okay? Then you just go sit down, have a cup of coffee with her and go, listen, I'm not trying to be hard to get along with, but it's a bad idea chemistry-wise for someday you to be married and be making payments to me as your old boyfriend. That's not going to go well in your future. It's certainly not something I want. I don't want to open an envelope and think about you every month. I don't want to. And then you can't pay 1 month, and then I've got a problem, and we got to dig all this up again. We need the clean break here. So if you can refinance and buy me out, I'll even give you a deal. Okay, less than half. Okay, I'll give you a bargain just to be good, easy to get along with. But if you can't do that, then we need to sell the house. I'm not going to sell the house. Well, actually, I've already talked to an attorney, and you are going to sell the house because we're going to go to court, and the judge is going to make us sell the house to get rid of the partnership. And I don't want to go there. So let's try to do this the easy way and the cheap way, and that is either you buy me out or let's put it up for sale.
Right.
And if she balks at that point, once you've put reasonable, strong guidelines on the boundaries of this breakup, then you may have to take her to court to force the sale of it. I would do that before I'd take payments from her, dude. You really don't want to be calling me up in 5 years and going, hey, my wife really resents the fact that I get payments from, you don't want that conversation, man. It's just yuck. Yeah. And this is why people, for those of you listening, that you don't buy a house with someone that you aren't married to, right here, because there's no rules. And the only rules are, you're up in the air here with a verbal agreement on a general partnership. And so some judge has got to look at you and make a decision. And that's going to cost you $3,000 minimum in attorney's fees and court costs to just go get a simple ruling like that. Probably 3 times that, but it's going to cost you at least that. And so you guys would have been better off to not buy the house together back when you did it. So anyway, hindsight's always 20/20, but there you be, man. Thank you for the call. I hope that helps you. That's how I would step through it. I'd go get the information from an attorney, confirm that my suspicions are correct, and then I would sit down in person, as painful as that is, public place, cup of coffee at Starbucks or whatever, and have a gentle but very firm conversation. We're either going to refinance or we're going to sell because you're not going to pay me payments. This is the Dave Ramsey Show. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button to get the latest content and check out these other great clips from the show.
Let's go to Devaney, who is joining us in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. How can we help?
Hi, I have been struggling with a budget for what feels like forever. I've used every dollar. I've listened to the books, just recently started listening to the podcast, but I still can't seem to stay on a budget and get us out of debt.
Well, are you in good hands today with George Camel? I mean,
okay, so tell me where you feel like you're failing with this.
We set the budget and then we go over it. So we'll set it for, let's say, food, and then we go over that, or we set it for let's say entertainment, and we spend it on something else, or something else comes up.
Okay, so let's take the food category. This is an easy one to grapple with. So you have the food. What's your food budget every month that you set?
I don't know what to set it as. That's the problem, too, is I have trouble knowing what to set it at.
How many months have you been doing this?
We've been on and off trying to set a budget for 3 years, probably. Like, it's just never.
So what's if you look back at how much you spent last month or the month before, give me an average. Are you spending $500 and you're setting it for $250?
Well, we probably, it kind of fluctuates. So let's say we spend $400 or $800 on food, eating out, and groceries and all of that stuff.
Are you guys trying to get out of debt? What's the goal here with doing the budget?
Yeah. We have insane amounts of debt.
So why are we eating out? That's part of the problem.
We are too lazy to cook at home.
Bada bing, bada boom. We're getting to some answers now.
Yeah, this is not a budgeting issue. This is a focus.
It's a lifestyle issue for sure. We have trouble.
Yeah, you're not focused.
Do you guys really want to get out of debt? Or is it just kind of an ish? Is it just like, it'd be nice?
No, it's weighing on us.
So when you get in that car and you go out to eat, do you feel like a shame and guilt afterwards where you're like, man, gosh, we just blew $60. We could have ate at home, but our brains are foggy from work. We didn't want to cook. That's normal, right?
That's how I feel after I order extra fries.
Been there. And so we've got to adjust our behavior and create the right habits when it comes to budgeting. So let's say you set it for $200 and we're not eating out. That's our grocery budget for the week. Now we go, all right, we got to stick to that. We have to track what we're actually spending. And so are you tracking each transaction in the budget, or is it just kind of you set it, you go over it at the end of the month, you have some shame, and then you repeat the process?
Yep, the latter.
Well, know that you are not alone, and budgeting's hard. It's kind of fun when you make it and it looks great on paper, and then having to stick to it is very difficult. And
I'm gonna jump in here, George. Budgeting is not hard. It's behaving within the budget is what's so hard.
Yeah, we can all make the Excel spreadsheet, but then not eating out after a long week, that's the difficult part.
It's the sacrifice.
And so this is going to take some forward planning. It's going to take sacrifice because right now you have a pile of debt. How much debt do you have?
Not including our house, with student loans and other consumer debt, like $214,000.
$214,000?
Yep.
What's the bigger debts in there?
We've got 2 car payments and an RV, and then we've got like $11,000 in credit card debt.
What's your household income?
About $120,000.
What's the RV worth?
About $26,000.
What do you owe on it?
$23,000, I believe.
What about the car loans? What's the car's worth, and what do you owe on them?
We owe $25,000 and $19,000, and they're both worth about just that. Like, I think I might be upside down in mine.
All right, first things first, we're going to sell the RV today. That's a depreciating asset, and at least we hope you're not upside down in that one.
No, we're not upside down.
We'll get rid of it.
How much money do you guys have in the bank?
We've got about probably $2,000.
Okay. If I'm you guys, I'm saving up for a cash car, a beater to get around, 2 of them, and I'm selling this whole kit and caboodle.
Everything.
You make 120, you have almost double that in just consumer debt. Yeah. No wonder you guys are eating out. You're stressed out to your eyeballs. You can't even think straight.
Yeah.
But George, I want them to. I agree with your advice, but I want her to sell the RV today. Let's get some momentum.
Yes,
because that one we got to save up some money and replace the cars. You don't have to do jack squat to sell the RV, and then you come away with $3,000 that George will tell you what to do with the $3,000.
What are your payments add up to, servicing all of that consumer debt each month?
Oh God, it's like 2, 4, 6, 8. It's probably like $1,200 or more.
So $1,200 to keep up with the payments. What's your take-home pay?
It varies. I'm self-employed, and then my husband's a firefighter, so it depends on if he works overtime or not.
What are you doing for work?
$1,200. It could be $2,000. I'm a photographer.
Okay, so can you step up your photography game for a year after we sell this RV?
Oh. I mean, I'm always trying to level up and step up on that. So.
Can we charge more? Can we do some specials?
I charge, like, premium.
How about do something else? In between trying to grow the photography business, let's go and make some money. The great news about this is solvable. Getting rid of the cars and the RV is the game changer.
Have you cut up the credit cards yet and closed the accounts?
No, I thought I got stuck in that you have to have your credit score. So I left them all open.
For what?
Until I didn't know that you didn't really need a credit score until I listened to the episode the other day. So
okay. Well, then today we can cut up those cards. They're not a blessing in your life. They're not a crutch. They're not for emergencies. They are keeping you broke.
Right.
So my goal for you, we sell the RV, we get the income up, we stick to the budget, and the way we do that is by actually caring about the end result of doing the budget, which is to get out of this mess. And so at every turn, every time a transaction comes out of your bank, you've got to ask yourself, is this worth continuing to be in debt, stressed out, not where we want to be, not where we should be? You guys make 6 figures, and it all goes out to lenders every month. And so you've got to really find that why, channel it, and then that'll help you go, all right, we're going to start meal planning. We're not going out to eat. We're cutting every subscription. No more travel for the year. We are going to batten down the hatches and get out of debt once and for all. And if you start doing this stuff, and you might need to sell the cars once you have enough cash to get the beaters, that's going to help you climb out of this pile and see the light at the end of the tunnel. So hang on the line. I'm going to send you Every Dollar Premium, which will connect to your bank. There's a paycheck planning tool. It will help you finally get control of your money. So hang on the line. Austin will gift that to you to help you on the journey. Thanks for the call.
Amanda is with us in Phoenix. Hi, Amanda. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
I'm calling because I'm a little embarrassed. I've been a Dave Ramsey listener for a long time, but I cannot stop using my credit card, and I don't know how to do it. It's because, for example, if I go to the store and I see like decorative things, in my mind I think, well, if I buy them and I take them home and I don't want to keep them and I put it on a credit card, I can take it back without it affecting what's in my checking account.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how to stop using that. And then I feel like a hypocrite because
How old
want
are
to
you?
be. I'm 34.
How many credit cards do you have?
One.
One? What is it? Just a Visa?
Yes.
Okay. Have you got a pair of scissors?
Yes, I do.
Well, get them out.
I know.
Let's cut it up right now. Let's cut it up right now. Cut it up right now and close the account.
Well, what do you do if you, what if you do, I just don't know how, like, for example, we just got insulation in our attic. We have the money for it, but it's easier to just put on the credit card to, like, not have to pay it, like, right now.
No, it's not. It's easier to pay right now.
Yeah, I just feel like it's, I don't know, I think it's like I'm having a really hard time making that mind shift. I've thought about cutting on my credit card, but it really freaks me out.
Mm.
So I don't know what
it should freak you. It should freak you out that it freaks you out that you're that emotionally dependent on a piece of plastic. How lame a statement is that?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. So I feel like we are spending a month. We need to use a credit card to kind of float us.
Mm-hmm. Are you working on a budget? No.
No, my husband.
So maybe you
really
ought to get on a budget.
I know, right?
Yeah. Right.
I just downloaded that.
See, I don't think you're a hypocrite because I don't think you're working any of our stuff.
Yeah. See,
I think you're just a casual radio listener, which is okay. But if it's time to graduate and actually do the stuff, then maybe today's your day.
Right. Exactly. Yes. I want to. I feel like we're the only thing we have is a credit card.
Yeah, but you're not making progress.
I know we're not.
Because you still feel out of control.
I do, and that's the part that's frustrating to me because I don't feel like we're getting anywhere, and I feel like every month it's like.
The reason you feel that way is it's the truth.
Yeah.
You're not getting anywhere. Because you're out of control, you don't have a system, you're not living on a budget, and you buy crap at Target on your credit card, promising you're going to take it back, and then you don't.
Right. Exactly, yeah.
And so, how's it working for you?
Not good.
Okay, then it's time to change, isn't it?
Right, exactly.
Okay, so let's download EveryDollar.
Okay.
You got an iPhone or a Droid?
iPhone.
Okay, jump on iTunes and download the EveryDollar app, and then sit down with your husband tonight. You guys do a budget, and you're going to have to do that because you're going to cut up your credit card right now. Have you got your scissors out yet?
I don't. I'm sitting in my car.
Okay.
I will cut it up.
Okay, tonight. Have you got a debit card?
I do.
Good.
I have a debit card.
So you can do everything you want to do with a debit card. I haven't had a credit card in 25 years, and I'm perfectly healthy.
Yeah. I know. I don't know. Like, I just feel like...
Yes, you do know.
Okay, I know that it's not good to have it. And,
no, I mean, you know. Just the question is, the thing is this. There's a saying we have that says, until the pain of same is greater than the pain of change, you won't change. Until you are sitting deep enough in doo-doo that you will do something about it, you're not going to change.
Right.
And I don't want you to actually have financial problems due to your misbehavior before you actually change. I'd rather you just have emotional angst like you do right now, like feeling like you need to do this. And I want that to just blow up inside your head right now. For your sake, I don't care. It doesn't affect me.
I know.
I'm gonna talk to Diana from Des Moines in a minute. My life is going to go on. So the question is, what are you going to do to fix your life? Are you going to do something different so that you get a different result?
Right. Yes, I need to cut it.
Today's your day.
All right, I will.
Have you got Total Money Makeover, the book?
I do. Mm-hmm.
Good. Okay. Well, get it out. You guys get it out tonight. Yeah. Let's just have a come to Jesus on the money meeting tonight with the husband, and then you two sit down, turn off the TV, put the kids to bed, and let's just talk, baby. It's time to change. It's time to do something new. It's time to have a new life, a better life, and we're going to have to take some action to cause that to happen. And I think you can do it. I think you know exactly what to do. You're not nearly as helpless as you like to sound like you are. You can do this. You're a lot stronger than you want to sound like you are. You know exactly what to do, and you know exactly how to do it. And you know what you're currently doing is not working, so you know you need to change. So, I think you can do it. If I can help, you call me back anytime. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button to get the latest content and check out these other great clips from the show. Brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Me and my fiance are getting married. We're just doing a one-on-one ceremony, me and her, in about a month. And we had decided to fund this ourselves, and our budget was around $10,000 to $12,000. In the initial discussions, I was going to bring X amount of money. She was going to bring a significant portion, so I was going to bring around $2,500. She was going to cover the rest. When we had this discussion, when we planned this, I had decided, I had budgeted based on projected income for the month of January and how much margin I would have in my budget. That did not come to fruition, and it's created a strain because I'm not able to contribute the portion that I thought I would be able to. I'm in a very tight budget right now. I will follow that up with, I am bringing debt into this marriage. From the second we'd even discussed marriage, she's had a full look into my finances. She sees what I spend. There's nothing hidden. And we have agreed that when we combine our finances, when we get married, that we're going to do the Ramsey plan to bring the debt, to attack the debt that I'm bringing into the marriage. Right. So, a couple things. There is a lot of shame and guilt on my end too, sure. And on her end, I think there might be some, not necessarily resentment building, but I don't want that to happen. And yesterday there was kind of some expression of that. And
well, let me ask a quick question. She's fully aware of your finances, and which means she's probably very fully aware of your work and how you get paid, and that it sounds like you had no control over this income. So she's disappointed, yes, but does she understand the circumstances by which the money hasn't come in like you thought it would?
Yes, and that's kind of the question.
All right, second question. I thought, and I don't know if, George, you heard this, so I'm coming to you, Jason. I thought you started off the call by saying we're having a one-on-one wedding.
Yes, sir. We're eloping.
So why is it $12,000?
Yeah, I don't understand.
This was the kind of the dream that she had, and what we had thought we could budget for. And so there's been deposits placed, airline tickets placed, SIM money already spent. That would be really hard to sort of bring up. And
okay, so hold on a second. Hold on. So she had a vision for a wedding, and now we can't afford it. So now we're opting for the one-on-one at the courthouse.
Well, no, it's still affordable. Just the portion that I was supposed to afford is no
I just don't understand, George.
So what
why
changes
we're
now?
$12,000.
Let's say you can't give this $2,500. You can't give a dime. What changes about this wedding a month from now? What can't we do that we said we were going to do?
Well, that's exactly my question. We can do it, and per our conversation last night, the sort of thought is just get it done. But my question is more relational. I don't want there to be any harbored resentment or doubt from her, because I was not able to uphold my end of the bargain.
Here's the third question. Is there a pattern of you making a promise, telling her something, and then it not coming to fruition? Are you letting her down? Is this the first time this has happened?
As far as I know, absolutely not, no. And 100% transparency, no.
Have you told her about this yet? And just be honest with her and say, "Hey, listen, I was expecting this income."
Oh yeah, they talked about.
So she's already, but she expressed some, disappointment. She was upset about it, and she's obviously pretty. There's a lot of emotion already with planning a wedding and doing this, even if it's just one-on-one. It's a big life change, and I think this just probably triggered something inside of her. Going, this man, is he going to be able to provide? Is he going to be able to be the partner and leader that I need him to be? So it's probably causing some bigger questions in her mind. And I think that's worth a second conversation with her.
Okay. And it's a shame that I'm feeling as well. And I guess I'm just curious about how to best approach that.
Well, okay. I think that
what tangibly I can do between now and then to.
Okay. So we can't really answer that until we understand what happened. What is the nature of your job? Or could you share with us briefly the circumstances that led to you not getting paid what you projected that you might? What happened?
Very easily. I do two things. I'm a field inspector and I sell real estate. And my field inspection job is my main source of income. I make basically just enough to pay my bills to get by with that. And then real estate, I switched brokerages back to a brokerage that I have been affiliated with before. So when I made this change, we discussed it. I said, hey, I can either focus my attention at this real estate and see the benefits from that 3 to 6 months from now. I've done that before. I know what it looks like. Or I can, in the immediate, in the next 3 months, go get a job doing whatever on the side to stack cash for this elopement. And we decided that the first option was how I would proceed. There was about a $2,000 job through this field inspection job that I do that I was anticipating and told would happen in January. And that money was earmarked for the elopement, and that work never came to fruition through the company that I'm working with.
Okay. So you have another month to go. Is this wedding in March?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you can go do a side gig, one of these, kind of a Instacart, Uber Eats, whatever it is. You can go sign up for one of those and go make $500 a week until the wedding.
Okay. And that was my thought. Okay, hey,
do whatever it takes. I think that'll prove to her that you're serious about this.
Yeah, I get it. George, that's a great suggestion. Jason, honestly, bro, you've got some self-belief issues.
Okay.
So that's going to need to be dealt with, number one. But the best way to kind of deal with this, you're down in the dumps. Dude, you sound like what maybe a balloon that's lost all its air would sound like if it were talking. That's what you sound like. And I'm not making fun of you. I'm saying that's what it sounds like. You sound so deflated. But George is right. Bro, you can make $2,500 between now and that wedding day, and I would start doing it.
Okay.
Now, sell something. If you can't sell something and come up with $300, go sell it for somebody else. Go to all your friends. I mean, I'm telling you, bro, like this is your chance to feel good about yourself. I understand why you're deflated. But man, this is an opportunity for you to go, wait a second. I can earn $2,500 between now and wedding day, and I'm going to absolutely die trying. And I'm going to do it. And I'm going to find all the ways to do it. And that's all I'm doing. I'm waking up going, I've got you need a poster board in your bedroom on your mirror looking at some type of a thermometer that people do, like $2,500 or bust.
If there's 35 days for the wedding, say I'm going to make $100 every day, no matter what, come hell or high water.
Yeah. So, I mean, let's go. And then here's the deal. And then enter into this marriage all in with your wife to be on the baby steps. How can let's give them a wedding gift, George. What should we do?
I love it. I think Financial Peace University for the two of you would be great, along with Breaking Free from Broke for you specifically, Jason. Read the Margin is Breathing Room chapter. I've got 10 ways to make more, 10 ways to spend less. If you do both of those things, you're going to find that margin to save up. And I want you to have that next conversation, not with a mopey attitude, but with optimism, with an excitement, with an enthusiasm that she goes, oh my gosh, this is a new Jason.
That's right. And tell her, I'm going to come up with the $2,500, babe. Don't worry about it. I may not see much of you, but it's going to be a great wedding.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life. Jordan is in Greenville, South Carolina. Hi, Jordan. Welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hi.
I owe $11,000 on a car that doesn't run, and I can't afford to fix it, and I really don't know what to do.
Ouch.
Why can't you afford to fix it?
I just don't have the money.
All right, follow-up question. Why don't you have any money?
Well, I am working. It's just a car that I got back in high school, and my parents were getting me the car, but I'm having to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
And
how much would it cost to fix?
$10,000.
Who said?
We've got lots of estimates around my area, and it's been to multiple body shops.
So
Really,
you
the
got
third
in a wreck
cylinder-
and didn't have insurance.
No, basically they've told me the make and model of my car is not working anymore. Like, they put a bad piston in it, and
You don't go to a
causing
body
all
shop
the
for that.
engines.
That would be a mechanic,
I've
not a
taken
body
it
shop.
to all kinds of mechanics and people.
Okay. So what do you make a year?
Monthly about $1,500 to $1,800.
What do you do?
I'm an interior designer and a chef at a fine dining restaurant.
No, you're a sous chef.
Yes, sous chef. Yes.
Yeah, chefs don't make $1,800. Okay. At fine dining anyway. So what are you, 23?
22.
I'm sorry?
22.
22. Okay. Good guess, Dave. Like you've done this before.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you have a roommate? Or you live at home?
I live at home.
So you don't have overhead. And you bring in
No, I don't.
You bring in $1,800 a month. Where does that money go?
I've been paying off my car with it, saving it. I have about $4,500 saved up. I just recently signed up for Financial Peace University, and I'm on baby steps too.
Good for you.
But I still owe $11,000.
And is that your only debt? Is your car?
I have $1,000 in medical bills.
Okay, good. Okay. And you're working a lot.
Yes.
And not making any money.
No.
The life of a chef, a sous chef. Okay.
Yeah, and an assistant.
Yeah. Are you putting in more than 40 hours?
I'm not sure, because
how are you getting to work?
I think I'm borrowing my mom's car right now because her and my stepdad work at the same job.
Okay. All right. Well, it sounds like you've got a wonderful support system. You've got a place to live while you fight your way through this, and you've just got a horrible car situation. You're being very smart. You're taking a class on how to handle money. Very smart. You've saved up $4,500. Very smart. So the weak spot in your story, me looking in from the outside, is your income. You don't make any money.
Yeah.
So is your dream to be a fine dining chef?
No, I went to school for interior design, and when I got out of school, I instantly went into a design company where I am now the designer's assistant. But
and that's your day job?
She cannot pay me. Yes.
And what do you make? What do you make at that?
$15 an hour. It's the same amount, but that is under the table because I'm just her assistant. Like, she works by herself.
Okay. So, two different areas of your life we've got to work on. Your long-term play is you need a path for interior design that's not $15 part-time under the table.
I just I did get my degree in interior design.
Okay, great. So you're completely underpaid and underemployed there. Mm-hmm. And in addition to that, your other job is an underpaid job as well, just by the nature of what it is. And so what we've got to do is we got to get your day job cooking better, much better interior design day job, and a much better night job. And sous chef's not it, because you need $3,000-$4,000 a month coming in, and you can solve this problem real quick.
Yeah.
But you're starving to death.
Yeah.
So let's work on the two sides of your career. Go get a much better part-time job than sous chef. Sous chef's not your dream anyway. It's hard freaking work. It's hot back there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's some of the hardest, thankless jobs. The chef gets all the credit, and you do all the work. And most sous chefs are chef wannabes, and it's their dream to be a big-time chef. You don't even want to do that, and so with that in mind, that job sucks completely.
I have a passion for it.
I know, but you need to go do something where you can make some money, kiddo.
That's right. And
now,
raise your sights in the interior design side of things. You've got a degree. You've got some experience. You're very creative as a sous chef. All that creativity is what you love. But Dave's right. You've got to say, if I've got to go work for a construction company and stage rooms, I'm going to do that for a season.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. That's good money doing that.
That's right. Why? Because we want to get out of this financial hole. The good news is you're off and running on the baby steps. So glad you're doing that. But we're going to make the move right now to get stable in the now, and you're not in any way forfeiting your dream of interior design. So that's the key. You can always get back to that, but right now we've got to get more money coming in. That's going to change everything for you.
Yeah, I want you to go pick up 3 jobs, a new interior design job that's 1,000 times better than the one you got, and 2 part-time jobs that pay big money. And I want you to work all the time and get you $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month coming in. And all of a sudden, this car issue will evaporate. And by the way, I'm not buying that you owe $11,000 on a car that needs $10,000 worth of repairs.
I don't either.
I'm just an old redneck that turns wrenches, and so don't believe it. I just don't believe it. And so I think there's something else to do here. You may want to junk the car and get what you can get for it with a little bit of work, but you probably get $3,000 or $4,000 for anything that's running. And then just talk to the bank about you paying the difference, and then work your way through that, and go get you a junker car, a $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 car that you pay cash for. Then start working your debts off. But you've got to work twice as much as you're working at much better jobs. That's the solution to your situation. And I need to hear more of a roar in your voice. You sound really, really, really like you're 16. I want you to go, get after it, kiddo. You've got some skills, and all this stuff keeps happening to you. And I want you to rise up and go happen to this stuff. You got some stuff. You can go do this.
I agree. You know what? Here's a practical example of that Dave's giving you here. Listen, get your dad or your uncle or friends that know some good old boy that's been working on cars for longer than you've been alive times 3, and have him look at it. Let's really dive into this thing. That's taking some action.
Yeah. You got to happen to these things. You've kind of accepted one job, accepted another. No, you need to go get some stuff. And that's going to put you in this situation. You need income is what you need bad, and you need a better solution on the car than $10,000 to fix it. You know, get it limping, get it sold, get out from under it, move on to the next thing, get you a $3,000 car to drive. This is The Ramsey Show.
Jonathan joins us up next in Vancouver, Washington. Jonathan, welcome to the show.
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. How can we help today?
Yeah, so I am currently a 19-year-old full-time working, full-time college student. I just bought a car in March of this year, and I don't pay a dime for college because I work through FedEx, and FedEx pays for all of my college. Yeah, so I've been working since I was about 16 years old. And I have had a little bit of a spending issue, and I only have about $2,000 in my savings account. So I was wondering if you guys could give me some ways to budget my money better and just say, when my friends ask me to go out, say no and have that what's the word I'm looking for?
Discipline?
Yes.
Yeah. So George is the money guy. Let George work on the old budget for you. I'm curious, what are you spending the money on? Do you think like what are your major areas of expenditure?
Yeah, so I actually refinanced my car. I was paying an arm and a leg a month, about $400 a month just for the car payment alone, and another $270 just for my insurance. So I just refinanced the car, and a lot of it was going to my bills. I'm very independent. I'm on my own phone plan. I pay for my own gas, my own groceries, a lot of things. The stuff that I do save, and I have quite a bit left over at the end of the month, I just spend on impulse decisions, like impulse buys.
Okay. So, Jonathan, what are you making right now?
I make $22.90 an hour and about $40,000 a year.
Wow. While being in school full time?
Yes.
When do you graduate?
I'm planning on graduating 2026.
Okay. So you just started?
Yes, sir.
And what career field are you looking to get into?
Law enforcement.
Okay. So you have $2,000. You've been working for 3 years. Now you're a young guy. And you said you paid cash for this car, so you don't have the car payment anymore?
No, I actually do have the car payment.
Explain that. You said you paid cash for the car.
Oh, no, I did not pay cash. I put $3,000 down.
Okay, well, that's very different. What's the car worth?
It's worth about $20,000 right now.
Okay, and what is left on the loan?
About $23,000.
Yikes. Okay. I mean, it's a lot of car for your income. We say we don't want all the things with the motors in it to add up to more than half of your annual income, and you are right there.
Yeah.
For a 19-year-old to be driving a car that nice. So let's just say you keep the car. What is the plan to pay this thing off?
Just keep on my payments. Like I said, I refinanced this. My payment did go down, but I'm planning on.
That's not solving the problem. You just move the money around.
Yeah, so I was planning on just paying more than my monthly payment was, just to add up some extra or take off some time to pay it off.
Okay. Do you have any other debt?
No, sir.
Okay.
Are you driving for FedEx, or are you in an office or a warehouse?
I work at the airport, so no, I'm not driving.
Okay. George, I would like to see him. He doesn't have a lot of time, but I'd like to see him change his budget so radically that he can get not upside down, so get on the right side of this thing and then sell the car and go with a $3,000 or $4,000 car.
Yeah.
Is that too extreme?
Well, we say if you can't pay off the car within 2 years, then we got to sell the car.
Right.
It's just too much of your world wrapped up in this thing, and your future is too important for you to just have these payments you're sending out on top of the spending habits, and all of a sudden, man, you're making great money. You got nothing to show for it. And part of that is the debt. Part of it's the spending. We can get both under control. One of those ways is through a budget, which it doesn't sound like you're doing right now, and we want to help with that. I'm going to gift you 1 year of every dollar premium if you're willing to use it. Are you willing to get on a plan?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when you open up every dollar, you're going to list your income at the top, followed by all of your expenses. And here's the thing. You are the boss of that budget, and when it's done, it's the boss of you.
Yeah.
And so what that means is once you set it, you go, man, I am not spending more than $200 on food this month. I'm not spending more than $70 on entertainment this month. That means when your friends ask you out, say, hey, dude, come out with us. And you go, sorry, dude, it's not in the budget. And they're going to say, dude, you're so lame, man. You get a lot. And you're going to say, that's cool. You guys can come to my place. We can get some pizzas and just hang out. And if they say no to that, it may be time to find better friends if they're just unwilling to compromise and cheer you on with your financial journey. And with every dollar, I'm going to gift you FPU. I think going through that will motivate you because you need a long-term why right now. You're a young guy. You're driven already, the fact that you're at this place in life. But if you have a long-term mindset, I want 29-year-old Jonathan to be proud of the decisions that 19-year-old Jonathan made.
Yeah.
And that's a different mindset to have because most people your age are thinking about next weekend, not 10 years from now.
Yeah.
By the way, Jonathan, that's incredible advice, and that's what you're going to have at the top of your mind. And you need a true visual of what George is talking about. Where do you want to be at 29? Get a clear, crystal clear image of that. And when your buddies start giving you a hard time, come on, man, let's go to the club, blah, 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 or whatever it is they say these days.
Do the kids go to the club?
I don't
have
know.
no idea.
I'm so old, I don't even know. But I'm not even sure where the voice came from. But the point is the ability to say no only comes from a decision that is made much earlier.
Yeah.
And you make that decision and then you manage that decision every time you're tempted. You make the big decisions early in life, and then you manage those decisions the rest of your life.
A lot of wisdom in that, Ken. Regina is up next in San Antonio. Regina, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks so much for taking my call. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
So here's my quick question. Well, obviously quick, and here's my question. What do you do when you can't pay the minimums? That's the bottom line question. My 4 walls are up and everything else is done, but I just can't get to all of the debts with the minimums. Do I just let them keep calling and just keep answering them until I'll get to them when I can? Do I try to negotiate the minimums? What do I do?
Well, number one, you're doing a great step in just proactively communicating with them and letting them know, hey, here's where I'm at. Here's the bills. Here's the order I'm paying them in. Here's how much I can give you this month. And if you do that, it's better than you ignoring the calls and it going to collections and have people coming after you. I want you calling them more than they call you.
Okay.
So what are these payments? How many do you have?
There are several of them. They total up to $555,778.
$555,000?
Mm-hmm.
Is this all personal debt?
Personal, pretty much personal debt.
Does that include your mortgage?
No, that does not include our mortgage. And there's some land in there. There's credit cards.
What are the big chunks?
How did you get $500,000 into debt, Regina? What happened?
Just a little bit of everything. You know, you stop paying attention, and you just kind of keep going. You make good money, and you think that you're invincible. And one day you turn around, and that's where you are.
What's your household income?
$200.
Okay, and is it just you? Is there a spouse?
Yeah, I have a spouse.
Okay. And how much of this is kind of the consumer debt? Outside of the land, what kind of debt are we talking?
We're still at 4 because the land is only 100.
Okay. So what's the rest of the 4? I'm confused here. Is it student loans, credit cards, car payments?
Student loans, credit cards.
Medical bills, personal loans?
Yep. Medical bills, personal loans. Yep.
I'm running out of things to even throw out there, Regina.
I mean, if you have them, and that's really all, but there's just a lot of
What's the big ones? Like how much credit card debt are we talking?
The credit card debt is $50,000. Personal, the consumer loans are probably the biggest ones. Those are in the 150 range.
What was that for?
What did you buy?
Just a whole lot of stuff.
Like stuff for the house? What are we talking? I don't even, like if you gave me $500,000, I don't know that I'd have enough ideas to spend it like that. So I'm just, I have a dark curiosity at this point.
Yeah, stuff for the house, just a lot of stupid stuff.
Okay. So is your husband on the same page that you guys are going to get intense about this and go scorched earth and live like broke people because you are broke people?
No.
He's not on the same page. What does he want to do?
No. File for bankruptcy.
And he's just resigned to go, let's just keep going into debt. It's fine. When we have to go bankrupt, we'll go bankrupt and start over.
Yep.
Oh, Regina.
Regina, don't do that.
I'm not. Definitely.
Well,
so
we need both parties involved to be on the same page because you can't do this alone.
What do y'all do for a living?
I'm in banking and he's in IT.
So you know what declaring bankruptcy does to marriages, what it does to individuals, like you know.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
I mean, your lives are going to be a living hell for the next decade if you do this.
They're not going to be because we're not filing. That's not
Good.
All right.
I'll tell you what you can do. you're going to sell everything that you can sell.
Everything!
The land is getting sold.
Bye,
the
Felicia.
cars are getting sold.
Bye, Felicia.
The crap that you bought with the credit cards is getting sold.
Goodbye. All of it. All of it.
We're working on it.
So
put the
if
land
you
up for
sold everything
sale.
you can sell, what would that add up to out of the 555?
If we sold everything that we could, then we're probably, say about, let's see, the land is one.
Cars, sell them. You're Camry people for a
These
while.
are nice cars, I
Really?
imagine.
Yeah, no, we don't.
What's your house worth?
Our house is worth $580.
And what do you owe on that?
$4.
Okay. So if we downsized, we could clear 180 and get something smaller, right? Or even rent for a while.
Rent
if we had
for
to.
a while.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what we're trying to, and I know you know this, but I just want to say it clear. Y'all are in a desperate situation. Y'all make a lot of money, which is good. Y'all make a couple $100,000 a year. It's great. But y'all are broke, and you're one illness away, you're one layoff away from this whole house of cards coming down on you. And I know you know that, right? You feel it.
Yep, absolutely.
So have you sat down with your husband and said, honey, I can't breathe. I'm scared to death. And I'm not going to be I'm not going to file bankruptcy because it's not integrous. We have the money. We're just choosing to not live this life. Because here's the deal. Y'all are going to file bankruptcy and y'all are going to run this thing right back up. Because y'all have not changed the core issue, which is y'all don't have a plan, y'all aren't together on the same page, and y'all don't have the discipline that getting out of this thing together is going to give you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys have kids?
They're old. We're in empty nesters.
Okay. How old are you two?
In our 50s.
And when do you plan on retiring?
Well, at this rate?
Never, yeah.
Never.
Well, here's the deal. I have a lot of hope that this situation can turn around, and it can actually turn around pretty quickly because you guys have a huge shovel. Because if you sell the house, you're going to get 180 there. If you sell everything else, you could probably clear another 200, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So that's already 380 out of the 555. And now making 200, we're throwing 100 at the debt because we're living on nothing. And all of a sudden, we're debt-free in a couple of years.
Right.
So bankruptcy doesn't make sense when it's that clear of a path. But he has to get on the same page, and I can give you a tool to help you get there. I can't force him, and that tool is going to be Financial Peace University. So I'm going to gift that to you. Do you think he'd go through that with you? All 9 lessons, getting on a budget.
I've already tried. I used to teach it 10 years ago.
Why doesn't he want to do it?
No, he doesn't.
Why?
He thinks there's nothing new to learn.
Is he not looking at in the mirror or at the bank statement? What do you?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, he's not on the phone, so we can't. There's no sense in going after him. What I would tell you is, for the first time in a long time in your marriage, I would let him know how terrified you are. And let him know, I'm not interested in signing off on bankruptcy papers. We make enough money, we can be debt-free in a couple of years. We got to change our life.
You guys are going to need counseling.
Yes.
If he's not willing to do this, because there's a lot deeper issues. I'm still going to gift you Financial Peace University because I have hope for you guys. But man, this is a big situation. Yeah. And counseling is a lot cheaper than divorce. I'll tell you that much. So I really, really hope this all works out. Please call us back if you need any help. We are here for you, Regina.
Jared is with us in Minneapolis, so we'll be up there next week to see you guys. Hey, Jared, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Better than I deserve. How can we help?
Hey, I got a question about I got a small business. I got 2 trucks, and it seems like every time I get caught up, I got another big bill that I can't cover. So then I put it on a credit card, and I just kind of feel like I'm stuck in a loop.
Okay. What kind of business are you in?
It's a towing company.
Say again?
Salvage cars. Towing?
Towing. Okay, so you have 2 tow trucks.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So you just, like most people, maybe even like me, got up and just decided I'm in business today?
Well, I've been working in the business for like 12 years.
Working in it's different than running it.
Yep.
And so now operating a tow truck is no longer your job. Your job now is running a business, and you're really good at operating a tow truck, and now you're having to learn how to run a business. Is that fair?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So what kind of big bills are coming up? Unexpectedly.
Well, it's a higher mileage truck, so I just had a turbo go out on me. It's about 8,900 with the intercooler.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping to put about $2,000 down, but I don't have enough to cover the rest of the bill.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Who's driving the other truck?
It's just me. They got
you have
sometimes
two, you have
they
two
only
trucks.
have a load.
You have two trucks, and just you.
Yes.
Park it till you make the money with the other truck.
Okay.
What's the other bills that have come up unexpectedly?
It's just bigger repairs. They just seem like you got like 6 or 8 a year. It seems like.
Okay.
You know,
I would think that that's not really. I would think that that's not really unexpected. That's predictable.
Okay.
I think you're going to have X number of thousands of dollars average per month. Some months none, some months double of repairs because you've got a fleet of trucks, 2 trucks on the road, and towing stuff's hard on trucks.
Okay.
So you're going to have repairs as part of your business. It's part of your business model.
Okay. I guess what I'm afraid of is if a motor goes, it's like $30,000 to get it rebuilt. Do I get rid of the truck, or do I just expect it to be coming up and save up for it?
Exactly. I don't think it's if a motor goes. I think it's when it goes.
Yep.
It's going to go. It's part of your business. You're going to wear out these vehicles. You're going to have small repairs, medium repairs, and huge repairs and replacements. These are part of your business model, and setting money aside to keep all of that running, like paying the rent for a restaurant or paying a worker that works there. You got to set it aside out of you've been just making the money and taking it all home and maybe paying your taxes.
Yeah, well, I pay myself out of it too. I pay myself about $40,000 a year.
That's what I mean. You're taking all the money home. There's no money laying down at the office.
Yes. So
you're just making the money and taking it home. You're treating it like you have no expenses hardly, other than fuel and insurance. You're paying some of that, but yeah. So my guess is you're probably not charging enough.
Okay, they are set rates for the most part, which is kind of sucks too. But,
set rates by who?
They're mostly insurance cars.
Oh, okay. So the insurance company
totals out, I go get
insurance company's setting the rate.
Yes. Sometimes you bid on them, but for the most part, they're set.
Okay. All right. I'd be looking at my business model because fuel's gone up, repairs have gone up, everything's gone up, and if the insurance rate set rate didn't go up, that might not be the business I want to be in. I may want to be in a non-insurance towing business or something. I don't know. But you got to be looking at all of that all the time. Bottom line is, though, you need to be running a profit and loss statement. I'd have you sit down, go to RamseySolutions.com, click on Tax ELP, and find someone that's in the bookkeeping and accounting business in your area that we recommend. Have them start to help you build an accounting system. It's really not rocket science. It sounds intimidating, but it's not. It's what you've got coming in minus money set aside for repairs, minus money set aside for fuel, minus money set aside for insurance, and help you look at the pricing and seeing, can I afford to do this? You might be losing money on every tow if repair costs and insurance costs and fuel costs have gone up so much that by the time you go over there, you're losing money every time. That could happen in the world we live in today with this inflationary market, and this fuel and diesel's gone nuts too. So
and factoring in the repairs, like if you do all of that and do your budget for the month to see.
Yeah, the actual repairs, because you don't want to live behind the 8 ball, which is where you are. You're always behind. You're always waiting on the next thing to happen instead of planning for it to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And so, Jared, in the real estate business, back in the day when I was a young guy, they taught us, if you own an apartment complex, to say, okay, the roof has 5 years of life left on it before it starts leaking. And so I need to figure out what a roof costs, and I need to put 1/5 of the roof cost away for the next 5 years to replace the roof, plan to replace the roof. and we called those a sinking fund. That's what it's called in that world. But in your sense, you need a sinking fund to replace trucks and to do big repairs to trucks, and you need a budget line item for minor repairs to trucks, and a budget line item for fuel, and a budget line item for these things. And you need to put all this stuff together, and then that helps you calculate what each trip costs and whether or not it makes sense to do some of these trips. And it helps you save up and fix this one turbo right here as fast as you can, because you're going to put a big old line item in there, and you're going to work extra. You're going to do everything you can to get extra money coming in to cover this right now. But no, I'm not going to tell you to go into debt to do that. I'm going to park that truck and run the other truck until I can do it. It's what I would do if I owned the business. And it's how I've run this business too. I started it on a card table in my living room, and we've never borrowed a dime all the way out. Hang on, I'm going to send you a copy of our book, Entree Leadership, which will help you run your business. It's what we teach, how we teach small business people to run their business. You're doing a good job. You're doing better than you think you're doing, but you've got to get around in front of this, because this is causing a ton of stress for you that doesn't have to be there. Doesn't have to be there. But so folks, what happened with Jared and what I was accusing him of, not in a derogatory way, but just reading his mail, is a lot of people become good at a trade. I'm a good plumber. I'm a good heating and air guy. I'm a good carpenter. I'm good at cooking. I'm good at being a chef. I'm good at whatever. And then they open a business. I'm a good real estate agent. And then they open a business. I'm going to own a real estate company with agents working for me. I'm going to open a heating and air company with heating and air techs working for me, and I'm going to have trucks. I'm going to open a towing company. And you become an accidental leader, an accidental entrepreneur. But the mistake all of us make, and I've made the mistake too, even inside of the Ramsey business, I've made the mistake. Just because someone's good at a certain discipline or a certain thing, that does not necessarily mean they're good at leading a business to do that thing. Business leadership and business entrepreneurship is a different skill set than working on heat and air, or than doing computer programming, or than whatever. So if I've got a computer programmer that's an excellent computer programmer, it doesn't necessarily mean they may be the best in the building, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're a leader of that area. Because leadership is a different skill set than computer programming. And so anytime you're in the small business setting, one of the moves you make is from practitioner to owner. You move from your hands doing the work to also your brain has to be controlling the numbers around your hands doing the work and the people that use their hands doing the work. And so you got to get up on top of it. And my friend Michael Gerber, who wrote the book E-Myth, which is a wonderful book on this subject, says to work on your business, not just in your business. That's his phrase, and it is an absolutely fabulous phrase. And it's a good way to look at this stuff. Entree Leadership will help you with all of that.
Today's question is from Tony. It says, I'm having a hard time getting my wife on board. We have no consumer debt, just our house. Our emergency fund is fully funded for a year. We make around $311,000 a year before taxes. I've cut up my credit cards, but my wife doesn't want to cut hers up. She feels like she needs to have them for an emergency. What can I do to get her on board and not argue about cutting her cards up? So I'm looking at this. This is not an issue this is not a math problem. This is not a rational approach problem. Over the years, how have you seen this play out, Dave?
Well, I mean, the answer to your question is, how do I get her on board, is complicated, but her actual statement is absolute horse crap.
It's incorrect.
Yeah. I mean, that's just bull. You don't need a credit card for an emergency. You make $311,000, you have a fully funded emergency fund and no debt. That's just stupid.
You have a double emergency fund.
Now, but that's not exactly how you convert her, okay? We wouldn't go at it that way, okay?
Hey, honey, you're stupid.
Hey, you're just dumb. No, that's ridiculous. That one never worked for me. So let's try a different tack. So the thing is this. I always, anytime I'm trying to get anyone, spouse included, on board with something, I generally will pan back and look further into the future. instead of like this week, I'm thinking about credit cards. I'm thinking about what are the best things that are in our life, what has to be true about our life that gives us, or if these things were true about our life, that give us the best probability of being prosperous in our marriage and prosperous financially. So 20 years from today, if we're using credit cards as our emergency backstop, is that the most likely way that we become prosperous? Or if we got rid of them, is that the most likely way that we become prosperous? And so then what that does is it takes your hands off the wheel of the moment, the anxiety in the moment. Because what's happened here is she remembers being broke. And so I can tell you 30 years ago, we filed bankruptcy, had our water cut off, our electricity cut off, almost lost our home, had a brand new baby and a toddler. And if I move towards a purchase of some kind 30 years later without my wife being involved and agreeing that the idea is within our budget and it's not going to destroy us, then that pattern of behavior, that body language that I do when I do that, activates her memory.
Off, huh? Yeah.
It's a trauma response.
Yeah, that's right.
She has a trauma response to it. And so she'll go, she'll act like we have absolutely no money and we have hundreds of millions of dollars.
Right.
It's like, oh, God, he's doing it again. Right. It's like, whoa, we were buying a box of gum here.
Right.
It's Costco. We don't need that much gum. It's like, holy crap. It's like, you're out of control. And it's like, she doesn't yell like that, but her body does. I can watch her do that.
Yeah.
And those eyes get that fire in them, And all that is she just is that it activates that terror down inside of her that she felt when she was a young mom and didn't know if her kids are going to have food.
Right.
And so that's why your wife's not cutting up her cards, not because of present day circumstances, but because she remembers. Am I right?
Yes, and I've also seen the more on my show here is there's a sense that. And it's so far it's been uniquely women, but it may go with men too. This idea that I need to hang on to something in case he leaves. I'm going to hang on to some sort of something so I'm not hung out to dry here.
It's my last vestige of independence.
That's right. And so I would ask Tony something about their dynamic at the end of the day says she doesn't feel safe.
Ooh.
Could it be that she doesn't feel safe what you're talking about because of past? She remembers being broke.
Yeah.
She doesn't feel safe because there's something about you, husband, who's making all this.
A little different definition of an emergency.
Yeah, like I just need an escape hatch in case this thing goes south.
Yeah.
And so if everything's safe around the board, I love the idea of, hey, would you commit to 30 days of practicing? Can we put these in a drawer somewhere over here?
Well, let's think about what gets us to this place we want to be 10 years from now.
Yeah.
And then what are those activities? And then is there a way we can
Let's practice. Baby step.
Practice into that and put them in the drawer, freeze them in the garage, freeze them in a block of ice, use only debit cards. And then you go, okay, if we had an emergency, what could we rely on? And in the sense of being independent or safe, like, after we had already were millionaires again years later, Sharon's daddy sent her some money. And it wasn't a lot. I mean, $20,000 or something, whatever. It was nice gift. I mean, he sent all his kids like some money, right? It wasn't life changing, but it was just a little pile of money. And she's like, "Well, what do we do with this?" And I'm like, "Well, let's just open a mutual fund in your name." And so it's got her name on it and my name,
right?
But her name's first.
And that there's something,
and it's like that's her mutual fund in air quotes,
right?
That we own,
right?
That her daddy gave us, and very nice little gift, and it's grown. That's many years ago. It's turned into some money, over time. But to this day, if you go into my file drawer, it's like there's a little tab, Sharon's Mutual Fund, and so there's this sense of that. And it's not that we separated our finances, or not that I was worried about the legality of it, or not that she was. There's none of that. It was more of an emotional, this is yours, thing, and it again relaxed that traumatized place in her spirit that was legitimately I'm not making fun of her. She had every right to be that way. And so our emergency fund now has an emergency fund for that reason.
I always want to go back to that question. And it's becoming more and more of a question I ask myself and my wife and my kid in my community. if you don't feel safe, none of these things I'm going to teach you are going to matter because your body's going to be off trying to make sure you don't die in whatever weird way it's trying to do that. So how can I create safety? And there is a point when you can't hear it. You're choosing not to hear that you're safe. Fine. I can't do anything about that. But man, is there a way, Tony?
Yeah. So a couple of things here. One is look for the safety. 2 is look long term. And then 3 is develop some steps of practice that can cause her intellect to ride into her emotions. That you live. Okay, we're living without this. Oh, we're living without it. Oh, we can live without it. Oh, we're okay without it.
And this word has been abused in our culture, but that, Dave, is mindfulness. That is, all of a sudden she gets a little bit, her heart starts beating a little bit faster. I need that credit card. Oh, no, I don't. Right? That's just having that feeling, thinking about it, and then letting it pass. Because I've got a debit card in my wallet with a year's worth of salary in it. We're good.
Yeah. I mean, I got a debit. My debit card will do everything your credit card will do.
Times probably 2 or 3, right? You're good.
I mean, because there's money in there,
right?
And so I can go just buy
my
ridiculous something if subject to the daily limitations on the stupid thing or whatever.
Yeah, maybe Tony, go get her 2 debit cards from 2 different banks, and it's got each one of them's got X number of $1,000 in it, and who knows?
Yeah. And that's not to be touched.
Right.
These are debit cards we don't use because they're tied to the emergency fund.
Emergencies. All right.
And so they have the exact same power that if you wanted to drop $25,000 into credit card debt due to an emergency, instead we have $25,000 in this account that's never going to be touched, and the debit card's in your wallet.
Right.
How is that different mechanically? It's not.
Right.
It's actually better.
Yeah.
So yeah, you've got to offset it. And but here, I will tell you, Tony, that I run into a lot of marriages too, and this falls under the heading of feeling safe or being safe, including mine in the early days, where she doesn't feel like she has an equal vote at the budget committee meeting, and so she needs to hold this in case you go crazy because her vote doesn't count. And so it took a while for Sharon and I to get to where Sharon really felt her vote was equal to mine on financial decisions and on the budget committee meeting monthly. We're going to spend money on this because you want to and I don't want to. Nope. Till we come into agreement, we're not doing it. Eric is in Albany. Hi, Eric. Welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate your taking my question.
Sure. What's up?
So, I keep getting into my head and wanting to liquidate all my investments and pay off my mortgage. And I kind of know that, like, mathematically that's probably not the right choice, but like I feel like it would be a major pressure reliever, and then to be able to go back through and just use all my discretionary cash to start going back in and rebuilding my portfolio.
Mm-hmm. So, how much do you have in your portfolio?
I have in my stock portfolio. I have $180,000.
Did you say 180 or did you say 80?
180,000.
Okay. And what's your mortgage balance?
My mortgage balance is like 170.
Okay. All right. And those are the portfolio you're discussing is not in a retirement account, correct?
Yeah, it's a taxable account, yeah.
Okay. And you're debt-free other than your home?
Yeah, for the most part. I have a credit card that's got a very low balance on it that I literally just charged last month that I get paid off by the end of the month.
Okay. And what's your household income?
Pre-tax, about $260.
Good for you. Well done. How old are you?
I'm 40.
Okay. And so you're saying that mathematically it doesn't make sense, and I would even challenge that part. I think mathematically it does make sense to pay off your house.
Well, we bought my house in 2012.
Doesn't matter.
And we got like 3.5% interest on it. So at this point, and we've overpaid on it ever since and paid biweekly.
Yeah.
And so at this point, I'm like not really paying any interest on it, and what interest I am paying is minimal. Versus the returns that I've been able to get in the stock market.
Yeah. But you've not factored in risk.
Right.
There's no math for risk in your formula. and not factoring in risk mathematically is a naive formula.
Mm-hmm.
And so here's what we know. We know from the data of studying millionaires that the typical millionaire does two things that causes them to get to their first $1 to $5 million, that they get out of debt, house and everything, and they build their 401k and their Roth IRAs and good growth stock mutual funds. The number of millionaires that we asked and we said, okay, did you leverage your home in order to invest in stocks, and that's why you became a millionaire? The number of them that say that is very close to zero. They say stuff like, well, Lord, no, I got out of debt. Isn't that interesting? So the formula that you're proposing is mathematically correct, is not used by hardly any millionaires to get to millionaire status. Translation, your formula is wrong.
So, Eric, would you take out, against your home, a $180,000 loan to invest into single stocks?
Well, if that were all I was doing for a living, yeah, sure, why not? But
if you were day trading for a living, basically?
Yeah.
You also probably wouldn't be sleeping at night. You'd lose relationships because you'd be staring at these numbers, making sure they go up all the time.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right about that.
So there's a piece of this where, man, I can feel that you're craving that piece, but you're stuck on the starry-eyed, but what if I got this return on that money? Yeah. And the guaranteed return in your house, I think, is way more valuable.
So here's what I would do. You called us, and so really simply, I would cash out the stock and pay off the house today. Now, then I don't have a house payment. I have an increased stability at the very foundation of my life and my financial plan, because you cannot grasp, and you actually can't mathematically capture, that it feels different to walk through your backyard with no shoes on. The grass feels different when you don't have a mortgage. You cannot capture that. You cannot capture what this does, that the stress release, even if it's minor, what that does for your relationships. You cannot capture what it does for your boldness and your excellence in your career. And all of those things over time, the math actually plays out that people of means, people of wealth, actually do not take out home mortgages to trade and buy and sell single stocks. Those are called day traders, 78% of which lose money and lose a lot of other things while they're doing it. So, George,
you only hear about the ones that win.
Well, and they're always temporary, because it's the same thing as playing the slots. Oh, I wanted the slots, right? Yeah. That's how they built those casinos. Okay, not by you winning at the slots. I can tell you that. So mathematically, just because you hit it once doesn't mean you're going to. So all of that to say, Eric, I'm going off the data of the 30 years of doing what I do, walking alongside people, watching their lives transform, watching their relationships, their careers blossom, and their portfolio, because when you don't have a house payment and you make $260,000 a year, you can build up $180,000 really quick if you want to screw around with single stocks. Won't take long at all. So, good question. Thank you for calling. Pay off your house today, sir.
Yeah, the whole end goal of both of our discussions is build wealth. The question is, what is the best path to do it? And we have found that doing it with the least amount of risk possible puts you in a better financial position long term. And so what we're saying here is you're going to build wealth either way. You could lose your butt hanging on to these single stocks in the next week, depending on who tweets what, or you could have a guaranteed return with no house payment, making $260,000. You think you can build wealth with that situation? Absolutely.
100% of the time you can. So, and 100% of the foreclosures occur on a home with a mortgage. So,
didn't have to do a lot of research on that.
It'll come to you later, I promise. So that's the idea, folks. That's the idea. What is your most powerful wealth building tool? Is it your home equity? Nope. It's your income. The person in your mirror is the secret sauce. For you to build wealth, for you to build a quality life, you're the secret sauce. You're the answer. No one's going to do it for you, and there is no magic pill that you've yet to discover. Just go in there, brush the fog off of the mirror, after the shower and look at that guy, look at that gal, and go, you're the problem. You're the solution.
Sal writes, I've pretty much dug a hole for myself with so much debt, which I'm barely able to keep up on the payments. I went over my limits on several credit cards and have a few loans, and I'm very close to hitting $90,000 in debts. I want to know if it's okay to temporarily stop paying for some of the big payments and focus on the smaller payments first, and then focus on the bigger payments. I'm just unable to make all the payments and be able to pay for other necessary things like rent, utility, and transportation. For the past couple of months, I've actively tried to sell more of my belongings, which I really don't need. I've also taken on a couple of weekend jobs, but I'm still struggling to keep up. Please advise on my best option to getting back on track before I try the baby steps.
Man, it's
a mess.
I'm so grateful for this question, Sal, because, on this show, John, we yell at folks all the time. Look at how you're spending your money. You're not doing it right. All this stuff. But this is real deal right here, because this is somebody who they're doing the best they can. They made some mistakes, and they're just trying to make ends meet. So, and
let's be real honest. There does come a moment when you've dug yourself quite a hole, and you can work 2 or 3 jobs, and you're making a dent in that hole.
Man, you're preaching to the choir.
It just is, right? And so it's easy for us to be like, you just need to get out there and get another job and a third job. Sometimes you dug yourself a hole and it's a mess.
Look, when you read Sal's question, I relate directly to that. And I hope that Sal and anybody else listening knows. Man, back in, Sam, what was it? Back in 2012, 2011, we were in exactly Sal's situation. So much debt, so many payments. We literally couldn't pay them all. We had to stop with some of them and just tell the others to take a hike. Be like, hey, you're just going to have to call my phone. And that's what I refer to that. I know people call baby step 0 different things. For us, baby step 0 was simply quit creating more debt. Like, if you can just stop, like, not drown and not make the water any deeper, that is successful. And that was, almost 2 years of the first part of our journey was just trying to get enough footing to where we could just pay all of our bills. So I understand what that means. And when you're in that situation, you've got to focus on that 4 walls. You've got to focus on, hey, I got to keep the rent going. Like, I can't default on my rent. I can't get evicted. That's number one. You got to eat. You got to make sure that there's food coming in. You're eating. You got to keep the lights on, utilities. That's next. And you got to get transportation. It doesn't have to be expensive transportation. I don't care if you're taking the bus. You got to make sure there's money for gas, bus ticket, Uber, ride, whatever it is that you need to do to get by. And if you're able to do that, you can breathe at night.
And can we just, this isn't to celebrate us. This is to just provide a picture of what this looks like.
Man.
I have rented an upstairs bedroom in my friend's mom's house before. I have driven a $3,500 truck to my Dean of Students job.
Come on.
I've driven my wife's old used Corolla that she sold and I bought back at a lesser, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I know you guys, you and Sam, jeez, man, y'all went through it, right?
I remember on a Friday having no money in the account. I would go to the grocery store because we needed food. I'd write a bad check on a Friday, knowing that check can't clear on Saturday, Sunday. That gave me 2 days. It gave Sam and I 2 days. I'd teach lessons. I'd do anything I could to get money in the account before Monday so it wouldn't overdraw.
Right.
Sometimes we did it. Sometimes we couldn't get it.
Because I had to eat today, right?
Gotta eat. You gotta eat.
That's right.
And it was like I knew to do that because I'm like, okay, they can't charge this check over the weekend. This is my chance. So I get it. If you're out there and you're struggling, I see that. When I'm out here going on a rail and yelling at folks, I'm not talking to you. I know that you're scratching, you're clawing, you're doing whatever you need to do to get by. The folks I'm yelling at is the people who can pay their bills, who are sitting on their hands while the government is holding your student loans off and you're waiting for that single person to pay that bill for you. You're the one that needs to get off your butt and do some work.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Rachel and John. How are you?
We're doing well.
Good.
Thanks for calling.
What's up, Rita?
Fantastic. Okay, my question is, should I pay off this last debt? So I've been working on my budget. I'm so proud of myself, thanks to the app that you guys have.
We're proud of you too, Rita. Well done.
I'm crunching all the numbers, And after I pay this debt, which is a consumer debt of $1,320.41, I will have left in my account about $1,600. I'll tell you, in the beginning of the year, I had about $6,000 worth of debt. It just piled on. I don't even know how I did it. I was working at a retail store, making about $17 an hour. But as of last month, I was offered a position making $95,000.
Whoa!
Wow.
Yes.
Doing what?
Rita's a gangster, dude. What are you doing?
I'm in insurance, and I want to thank you guys, too, because I used to be in insurance about 12 years ago, left that to live a little more, and I've been out of insurance about 7 years now. And I was listening to one of the shows, and I don't know what happened, but you guys were just talking about insurance, umbrellas, this and that. And I was like, is this a sign? And I reached out to a buddy who I know is still in the insurance industry. I said, hey, listen, I'm thinking about coming back, and I'm back.
Rita, that's amazing.
Okay, Rita, so tell me about this debt. Is it handsome? Is it just so lovely? Like, why do you want to hang on to it so tightly? It's got to.
You know what it is? I think it's a mental thing. And like in my heart of hearts, I know I can do it. Like, just pay it off. I did crunch all the numbers, rent, everything. I'm good. You know what? I think I answered my own question, right? Pay it off.
Rita, hey.
We're so glad we can help.
Are you the first person in your family to go down this road?
No, I don't think so. I think I'm the only one who's taking a stand on it.
That's what I mean.
Right?
That's what I mean. Okay.
Yes.
So here's I can imagine. This is just a psychological thing. You're about to cross a line that was always in your life for other people. Other people didn't owe money. Other people got to sleep all night and not worry about how their bills were going to get paid. Other people. And now you're about to step over a line that really doesn't exist, by the way, but you're going to step over a line and you're going to become the other person now. Mm-hmm. And often we get hung up right before that. That's why weight is so hard to lose because, man, those people, the skinny people, just is hard, right? And we can fill in the blank. Oh, they drive those kind of cars. So you're about to cross the line, and what Rachel and I would tell you is don't just step over that line. Sprint across it, screaming and yelling the whole way. Okay? Because there is no other people. We're all in this big sinking ship together. So just run across it as fast as you can, cheering all the way. Okay? And you make $95,000, your emergency fund will be built up in, 3 months? You'll be good to go?
Yes. Yes, I already have the $1,000 in there. And I have a retirement fund from my previous job. I have $130,000.
Rita,
right now.
You're trying to make this a math problem. You're free, lady.
Okay.
You're free.
You got it, Rita. Do it. Do it today. Do it today.
Done.
And then, I just cut her off. I'm so sorry, Rita. I was just going to tell her.
Rachel's the hospitable one on the show.
No. But isn't that, it is.
You're free.
I'm like, it's right there. And it's almost this intimidation of, is
dude.
this real? Like, is this?
Yeah.
What is this? And I get going down to $1,600, which we say $1,000. Yeah. So you're even $600 buffered more than what we even would say, Rita.
No, I think she has her $1,000. I think when she pays it all, she's still gonna have $1,600 in her account.
With that, yes. And so, you got this, Rita, and well done on pursuing a whole new career. She's working retail, making $18 an hour, and just thinks, I could get back to insurance.
How many times do we hear that when somebody's when they cross the halfway point of their debt-free journey, they just start walking taller and demanding, like, I don't have to live like this.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden they get promoted, get new jobs, making $95,000.
Start to see hope.
Rita, you did it.
Well done, Rita. We are cheering you on. Sleep well tonight, knowing that it's paid off. It's paid off. It's awesome.
So only free person in New York. That's awesome, Rita.
Charlotte is in Lexington, Kentucky. Hey, Charlotte, how are you?
Hello, how are you?
Better than we deserve. What's up?
My question is, how do you start the emergency fund when you're behind on
multiple bills each month.
You don't. Sounds like you got a mess, kiddo. What's going on?
Yeah, I do. I'm 36, single, 2 kids. I've been working 2 jobs for almost 5 years now, and I just cannot get caught up to stay current on all my bills, let alone start an emergency fund.
I hear you. So, what do you make?
What I bring home each month between both jobs is $3,200. My debt, if I make the minimum payments each month, is $1,900. So that leaves me about $1,200.
How much is your rent?
So I have a mortgage, and it's $560 a month.
Okay, that's good news. And are you getting child support?
Yes, but not consistent enough to rely on.
Why?
He just chooses to pay it when it's convenient to him.
Well, the courts in Kentucky will help him with his discipline. You know that.
Right, and they've actually sent something to garnish wages here recently. So.
Good. Okay. That doesn't fix the problem, but it just fixes my aggravation at him, and I'm just joining you in that. How old are your babies?
15 and 11, or 12, 15 and 12.
Lord, so they ate a lot.
Yes, especially during the summer.
Yeah, so what kind of debts have you got?
Car payment.
How much do you owe on the car?
$16,000.
Okay. And what else?
Student loans are about $16,000 when you add them all up. I've lived life and went on a cruise in April, and so I'm paying on that.
How much do you owe on the cruise?
$1,600.
Okay. All right. What else?
I've got 2 like a firm loans. One's for a mattress and one's for tires.
And how much are those? How much are those?
My tire. My tires are about $700, and then the mattress I owe like $200 on.
Okay. All right.
And then I've got braces that I owe about $3,200 on. And then medical bills that I probably owe about $6,000 if I add them all up.
How long have you been single, you said?
It's about 10 years.
Okay. All right.
What do you do for your jobs, Charlotte?
I am a quality manager, and I've actually at Conduit, and I've been there 18 years, and then I'm a server at Cracker Barrel, and I've been there almost 5 years.
Okay.
All right. Let me give you a couple of observations. I've been doing this a long time, so I've sat with people in your situation a lot. Okay. You've been living on nothing, right on the edge, scared for a long time. And that has caused you to give yourself permission to do some stupid things that have made it worse. Okay?
Yes.
Like a $16,000 car you can't afford because the other old car was breaking down all the time and you couldn't handle that extra fear added with all the fear you already had. So you said, I'm going to get at least one thing in my life that is reliable because this guy paying child support certainly isn't.
That's 100% true. Just in October that happened.
Yeah. And then you got, I'm not going to get out anyway. I might as well live my life, so I'm going on the cruise. Oh, and then the dadgum tires go out, so we got to have tires because you can't roll this $16,000 car without a tire. Right? And so what happens is we end up going from crisis to crisis because we're trapped. And so we got to get out of this, but it's going to be radical. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
We're going to go
What
with
I'm
you.
doing's not working.
Yeah, hold my hand. We're going to jump off the
That
cliff.
wasn't an evil laugh from him.
No,
it was
that
an
was
excited laugh.
That was a
Sounded like,
hold my hand. We're going to jump off the cliff together. Here we go. And the water's cold and it's deep, so we're okay. Get ready to jump. Here we go. It's going to be different. Here we go. Run back. Here we go. That's what I'm laughing about. Okay, I will go with you. We're going to help you, and I'm going to put people around you. I'm going to give you a financial coach free of charge. I'm going to pay for it because I can't stand how trapped you are. It's driving me crazy. Okay, and then I'm going to pile a bunch of books on you that I need you to read all of them and turn your stupid television off. Okay.
Okay.
One of them is on career, From Paycheck to Purpose. I'm going to give you two of them from Ken Coleman, and I want you to go to Ken. He's our career expert. Because you don't make nothing. And I want you to go get a job making twice what you're making now. You're worth a whole lot more than you're getting paid. Okay?
Well, I tried to tell my boss that.
Well, he ain't listening. You've been there a long time. And so it's time to start looking, and it's time to retool, reset your mind, comb your hair out, and get ready to go on an interview, girl. Here we go. All right?
Okay.
Because you need to go make some more money. You've been starving a long time. And so I'm going to send you a bunch of career books, and Ken Coleman is our career guy. I'm going to send you one on proximity principle, one's From Paycheck to Purpose. Read them both, okay? We're going to put you into Financial Peace University, which is our 9-week class, and take your 15-year-old with you. It's 9 lessons. You can either do it online or you can do it at local church, either one. We're going to pay for all this. It doesn't cost you a dime. I just want you to go do it all because my heart's hurting for you, okay?
Okay.
I get where you are. I know exactly where you are and how tired you are. And you got a new friend that's going to help you, and Rachel and me, okay? And
thank you.
We're probably going to sell your car because you can't afford this car. This car payment is what's drowning you. You got a great mortgage. Your mortgage is awesome. Your car payment's horrible. It's probably killing you. And then you ain't doing any more stupid stuff like cruises. And you're not eating out, you're not going to reward you, you're going to clean up this dadgum mess, and you're going to work your butt off like never before. And it's going to be for a short period of time, and this time we're actually going to get some traction and move the needle instead of spinning our wheels all the time, because you've been spinning your wheels for a decade. So,
got this, Charlotte.
You hang on. We're going to get you with a coach. We're going to get you the books. We're going to get you into FPU. And you're going to call us back if you need some help. Hang on. Today's question is from Jamie in Texas. Dave, I just blew most of my $1,000 work bonus on my online gambling addiction. I know I did the dumbest thing possible, and I need help with this addiction. I've talked to my family about it, and they're extremely supportive, but now I've started lying about it, and I feel so much guilt. Please help me so I can refocus and stop gambling my hard-earned money away. Jamie, you have gotten caught up in one of the two largest and fastest growing addictions in America today. Number one addiction in America today is online porn. Number two is gambling, and it includes sports betting. And sports betting right now in the height of football season is completely over the top and out of control. If I see Caesar one more time, I'm going to shoot something. I'm so sick of these commercials, but they're making so much money off you people. You think those commercials are free? You know why that commercial runs on every break, people? Because they make so much money off you. So, Jamie, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're struggling with this. It's a very harsh thing. The great news is you have recognized where you are, that you are addicted. And I'm running into a lot of young men in their 20s and early 30s who are losing everything to gambling addiction right now. Personal friends, lost jobs, marriages, my kids' personal friends. It's wild, and it's really sad. So you're right to be concerned and scared and self-aware about the guilt and the regret and the sense of no control. So what would I do if I found myself in that situation? I'm not sitting here with Dr. John Deloney at this moment, so I can't have him chime in as a professional counselor. But I can tell you, as a guy who's been around addicts my whole life, working with them, because 100% of addicts eventually end up broke, So we get to talk to them all the time. You have got to get some people and some processes in your corner to help you. And so if I woke up in your shoes, I would go talk to my pastor and start having a weekly lunch with him. I would get plugged into Gamblers Anonymous immediately. I would also call a therapist, a counselor, and start sitting down with a counselor daily, weekly, whatever it takes. Even if it costs some money, because this gambling thing is going to cost you everything if you don't break it. It is evil and it is vicious. It is merciless what it will do to you. It will beat the snot out of you and leave you on the side of the road for dead, dude. And so you have got to be very afraid of the power of this over you. So afraid that you take drastic changes and you don't worry about embarrassment. You tell everybody, I'm addicted. Help me. I'm addicted to this. Help me get out of it. Help me heal this addiction. Help me get away from it. Get in Gamblers Anonymous. Get with a one-on-one counselor. Get with your pastor. And lastly, get a group of friends in your life who will bust you. Not the ones who are saying it's okay. And your family, it sounds like when you say they're supportive, it sounds like they've been soft. If you were in my life, I would love you so much that you would feel it. I'm going to be all up in your stuff because I love you so much that that's what it's going to take. A pat on the back and a yay rah doesn't help when you're an addict. It takes more force than that to move people out of an addictive behavior and to move them into the help that they need to break an addictive behavior. And so it is not an act of love to be soft on an addict. It is quite the opposite. It's borderline enabling, if not full-on enabling. So, Jamie, I appreciate that your family is extremely supportive, but what extremely supportive should be is making you highly uncomfortable, not comfortable. And the way you're saying that, I kind of think they're going, oh, poor Jamie. I'm going to bust Jamie is what I'm going to do because I love him. And I'm going to be all up in his stuff. And that's what it takes, man. You're not going to break something like this if you don't. Because there's a chemistry that goes with this. There's the endorphin release, the dopamine release, the high you get when you hit, when you actually win, whatever it is you're gambling, whether you're sports betting or whether you're playing cards or whether you're online gambling, whatever you're doing, you get a high on it. And it keeps you coming back. It keeps you coming back. And that's the addictive nature of it. And actually, we're addicted in that case to the chemicals in our own body. But it's not out of your control. And you're not a victim to it, and you don't have to be this way. You get to choose, but you've got to put some different people in your life. And your buddies you've been hanging out with that think this is cool, they're off limits. You got to stop it. If you have a drinking problem, you can't run around with your drinking buddies. And otherwise you're going to have a drinking problem. Duh. You become who you hang around with, man. You talk like them, you walk like them, you read like them, you go to church like them, and you treat your wife like them. You become who you hang around with. And so you've got to put some people in your life that are different than the ones that have been in your life that thought this was okay. And that's why I'm outlining like a pastor, GA, a good counselor, and you're going to write a check or two for some of this stuff. But again, it's going to be cheaper than the gambling addiction. This is the problem, the downside of the internet. The internet is not evil, but access to porn you used to have to go to a lot of effort to get to porn. Now 3 clicks and you're in. 4 clicks and you're into stuff no human should ever see. The access that the internet gives you to betting, it's to the point that it's like if you're not doing it, you're not cool because everybody's betting. And if you don't believe me, watch the commercials on every football game. Every commercial break is 2 betting commercials at least. This is tens of millions of dollars of ad revenue every night, every time you turn on a football game. They don't give those commercials away. Because, by the way, let me help you with this. Broadcast television has no one watching it anymore. Their ratings have evaporated. People watch on demand only. The only live television anyone is watching is the weather report on the local news and live sporting events. So the NFL ratings used to be the largest thing during the playoffs, and they would beat the best sitcom on CBS or the best movie of the week on NBC by a few ratings points. Now it's 10 and 20 and 30x because no one is watching that crap. If you've turned on broadcast television lately and you had to try to watch a movie and all the commercials keep interrupting you and you get pissed off, that means you haven't watched broadcast TV in a long time because that's the way it's always been. But you quit watching it and you started watching on Netflix, on Hulu. You start watching it, and this access that it's giving you is it's devastating, you guys. So the shift of the internet on gambling addictive behaviors is very real. And some of you, that's your wake-up call, this little rant right here. And Jamie's little problem is a whole bunch of people's problem out there. It's an explosion of negative consequences. And you guys have got to manage it for your own lives. You're not a victim of it. Brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Okay, so my best friend has an itinerary for her bachelorette party, but it's outside of my budget, and I don't know how to tell her that.
Uh-oh. How much outside the budget?
So she's an engineer. She makes 6 figures, so every activity is at least $150.
What do you estimate the total trip going to cost you?
The total, well, I've already paid for the flight, and I already bought the hotel, and I didn't want to spend any more than I spent on the hotel and the flight, so I have about $400 for a 3-day weekend.
Well, it sounds like you're in it now, Serenity. You bought the flights and you bought the hotel.
Yeah.
Are they refundable?
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Oh, man. So now you're going to be at the restaurant just eating the chips and drinking water, is what you're saying.
Are you in the wedding, presumably?
So it's just going to be her siblings in the wedding.
Oh.
Listen.
I'm not going to be in the wedding.
Here we go. Yeah. Now, you and I went viral one time before talking about one of these type of trips.
Messed up. It's so listen, I feel as though, can I just, Serenity, give me a moment to just rant for a minute? Because I'm sure your bestie, like she's your friend and everything like that. But I do feel like it can be a little tone deaf to have these big bachelorette trips. If you're already in the dadgum wedding, you already have to get a dress or a tuxedo, and then don't let it be a destination
but now she's
wedding.
Not in the wedding. Did you catch that?
You're not in the wedding at all?
No.
No, just the siblings are the only ones that are going to be in the wedding.
Okay.
And so this is great. Let me get a little more information because I knew she was about ready to rant.
I was.
So you've paid for the hotel and the airfare, and if I heard you right, you have $400 of spending money for this weekend, 3-day weekend, correct?
Correct.
But how much did you spend on the flight and hotels so far?
They were about $350 each. $350 for the hotel, $350 for the flight.
Well, so what's the
I'm getting to it. Do you have debt? It's like clearly this is bothering you. Is it because you have other financial goals and this is really just
yes, and
sticking in your craw?
I just wanted to show up for her, and yes, I just wanted to show up for her. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Is there anything happening that's not $150 every time they go do it? Like, no,
and I was gonna suggest it, but I don't know if that takes away from her moment, you know?
How many, sorry, I'm asking a few more questions. How many events does she have scheduled, and what would that cost you? I'm trying to be real here. At $150 per pop, how many things does she have scheduled, and what's that going to cost you?
Ken, I'm busting.
I know you are, but you're going to bust too soon on this deal, and I got to get some information. How much are we talking about, Serenity?
Honestly, if I was to do everything on our itinerary, I'll be spending about $650.
Okay, you have $400 to spend. I'm trying to help her with her reality. I know you're upset that she's even going, but my point is, see, this is how we went viral before. I'm trying to help her in the moment. So in the moment, okay, you can do 2 events.
Yes,
that's all you can do. You got 2 events at $150. That leaves you a little $100, and you come up with a headache on a couple of these deals and miss it.
I don't think it's too late to not go.
She can't get refunded.
Here's the thing. Usually, if I
spend it, I'm going to spend it.
Usually with the hotel, if you go back, as long as it's more than 24 hours notice, usually you can get that back.
But she said she couldn't. So let's clarify. Serenity, did you go to the hotel?
You know for sure.
I cannot.
All right, that's what I'm saying. So now here's the deal. I'm always thinking about the big picture. All right, this isn't just a money play. So she wants to be a part of this weekend.
Yes.
Special lady in her life.
Yes.
Longtime friend. I say go, and you budget the $400. You got $400.
Yeah, I mean, you can only spend $400.
So you can have a $400 worth of fun, or bachelorette activities. Am I right?
Okay. Yeah, that's reasonable.
And you have two options. You tell her, hey, listen, I'm getting out of debt. And
no,
so
you can't tell her that.
Sure she can. She can be straight up and go, look, I've got $400 to spend. I'm going to come to this outing, and I'm going to come to this outing. I can't do the rest. I said she has options. She doesn't have to do that.
Yeah.
I'm not suggesting she does that, but I don't know their relationship. Or, you know what?
She didn't get in the wedding.
I'm going to be real straight up right now. We've all been to a thing where we didn't want to do all the things.
Yeah.
And we go, I got a headache.
Mm-hmm.
Or my stomach doesn't feel very good right now. I mean, come on. I think it calls for that because you're there. She feels loved and supported. You don't want to feel ostracized for your being Ramsey cash.
What are the activities? Are you allowed to tell us, or does it involve?
Oh, I like this even more.
So it's basically like the biggest things on the list are just dinner and brunch.
Okay, so I feel like you can.
Everything on the menu is like maybe minimum $40 minimum.
Oh, okay. Well, now I can get around that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's where you make a couple friends. You know any other girls going on this trip?
Mm-hmm. There you go, Ken.
You see where I'm going?
It's a group.
Hey, but you know the girls. So
you're not the only one feeling this.
I'm telling you what I'm doing.
We're saying.
I'm sitting here like this. I'm looking at the menu and I'm going, hey, Jade, do you want to split a salad?
This is where you call up the friend that whenever something happens, y'all just look at each other like this. You don't even have to say anything. You just look.
Like this.
You call up that friend and say, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I ain't spending $40, girl.
Exactly.
Or however it is you all talk to each other. That's my best impersonation.
Just that, girl. Have you looked at this menu? Because I am not the one. I am not going. How can we make this work? You and me, let's get together because I'm only trying to spend $400. That's how we're doing this.
I mean, Caesar salad, soup.
Yep.
I could stretch $400. You know, you don't want to go to brunch. How come you're not coming to brunch?
We're not ordering alcohol, unfortunately.
I got to get my TPS reports in. You know, I had to leave work. I mean, come on.
Now, don't tell her to tell a lie now, Ken. Come on now.
See, I don't think that's lying. I think that is just socially we're just creating some harmony. I don't want to come to everything. Don't tell me you've skipped out on some invite. I bet you, Stacey, and I've invited you and Sam, and you gave me a little excuse at once or twice. You've never given me an excuse?
To you, Ken. I would never do that to you.
But you've done it before.
I've done it before.
All right, then. I think we could call that a little white lie that doesn't hurt anybody.
Oh, yeah. But I like the idea. Yeah, you get together with your other bestie, the other one of you that's not in the wedding, and y'all make it happen. Because guaranteed, stuff like this, we think, we're isolated. We think we're the only one. And I promise you, somebody else is feeling like you're feeling.
By the way, Serenity, since I'm so full of helpful tips on this call, I'm feeling pretty good right now. Well, how long do we have before we go on this trip?
It's next week.
Next week. Okay. I'm going to sell $200 or $300 worth of stuff around my house that I don't need.
No.
Yes.
I would never. The trip. I am not selling my stuff to go to your wedding.
That's
period.
Not. I would.
Ken, you're trying to please too many people out here.
What'd you say? What'd you say, Serenity? Say it again.
I could side hustle the money.
Then we make everybody happy, and we don't go backwards in our baby steps journey. Jade, you're too cheap. You got to be a friend.
No, man.
You got to be a friend. Got to go.
A $1,200 friend? I still got to get the gift, Ken.
$600 max.
I still got to get the gift.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.